Well, hello again, all you boils and ghouls. I screwed that up. I am so.
Right, let's take it again from the top.
No editing. I apologize to the Crypt Keeper for screwing up his intro. But you are back again with Playing Games with Strangers, Holiday Edition. I am your keeper this evening. We are continuing our side quest in the Call of Cthulhu game set. So if you're listening for I just forgot all the character name. Pooh and Aileen and Orbog and Gareth. You won't find them here on this episode. I would say Wilder, but I don't think you guys have gotten to those episodes yet. So
Dave's not here.
Nope.
Those are Wilder episodes.
Yes. They are Wilder episodes. So if the Call of Cthulhu isn't your cup of tea, well, I guess you'll have to wait for another episode after this one. But in the meantime, I'm your keeper this evening. My name is John Harju, and with me, I have my good buddy Steve MacDonald.
Hi, everyone. How you guys doing?
Jeez. Really, dude.
Good bit.
I should have expected nothing less. Cackling in the background there, you hear Dallas Mora from the Geek Devotions fame, Com Talk.
What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing?
We have his lovely wife, Celeste Mora.
Hello, who is a little tripped out by the fact that he just used the word y'all.
Hey, that's my roommate.
It is your roommate.
Who used the word y'all?
Dallas.
So what's wrong with that?
He normally does not, and so I'm a little
Dude,
disturbed.
I'm about as Yankee as I can get, and I can't not say the word y'all. So I mean, it's not like it's region specific.
I was actually banned from saying the word y'all growing up. My mom was like super anti me becoming a Southerner.
Yeah, she was. Even though she is very Southern herself.
She was.
Right. And then the yet to be announced individual is Dave Clements.
Howdy.
Who we do not have with us this go around is Josiah. Given that we are currently recording this during the holiday season, he had some inevitable family stuff that he had to tend to, and we all still love him, although his character is going to die. So, no, I'm not like that. I'm not a vindictive DM. I'm not going to kill his character just because he's not here. His character just will not be rejoining the campaign, which is fine. Because if weird things started happening and I was just a guest at a university and all I had to do was talk and I could leave, I would too. So that
was an option.
Run away.
Well, Dave, as I recall, your character isn't one of the speakers.
So I'm forced to stay. All right.
Yep. Yes.
Another thanks to Jimmy P. Brown and the band Deliverance for their use of music for these episodes. Anything else I should mention before I go to the intro?
No.
We have t-shirts.
Yes, we have a store.
Oh, yes. I guess Playing Games with Strangers has a store and t-shirts now. We have a website you can go to see all that. And I guess Dave and his daughter, Superfan, I am blanking on names so bad today. Your daughter, Grace.
I was gonna say, just make one up. We're role playing here.
No, I can't just make one up for Grace. She's our super fan.
I call her the wrong thing all the time, and I'm responsible. Hey, you, that one, the big one.
Anyway, they are doing. My mind is blanking on words. I am the DM, and my mind is blanking on words. That's going to tell you what kind of night that we have in store for us. God, I am on a roll today. They're doing transcripts.
Grace make merch.
Yeah, so Grace and I are going through the backlog of episodes. We're transcribing the episodes, making notes so that we can kind of create lore for playing games, or at least the main storyline. So
that's awesome.
That's cool.
So go check that out and other fun stuff that's on the Playing Games with Strangers website.
PlayingGamesWithStrangers.com.
That is That is the address. And then, of course, if you want to drop some extra coin to help out other people involved in these episodes, feel free to head over to the Geek Devotions website. They have merch as well.
Yeah.
You want to drop that, Addie, there?
That would be
Dallas?
www.geekdevotions.com.
Geekdevotions.com.
Go to store.
So support on either of those is fine by me because I work for both of them.
For the man. And I guess the woman.
I work for the woman.
I work hard for the money. So with that being said, and apparently us getting incredibly goofy before the show even starts, let's go ahead and roll that theme music. Okay, so where we... Oh, gosh, just like last episode, I suddenly have a burp that just won't come up, and I'm afraid to talk.
Well, thanks for being so transparent.
Excuse me.
Thanks for doing that for me, Dallas. I feel much better.
I didn't know burps worked that way.
So who wants to recap where we left off? Anybody?
There was running and screaming.
Yeah,
No, I don't think we did any of that yet.
No.
I'm pretty sure Dave was running and screaming.
Let me reposition here. So, last time on Playing Games with Strangers, our heroes were trapped outside of a building. There's zombie things moving around on their own, and we put a big rock on one of them. And it turns out...
you didn't.
No. We, as in the group, because I was part of the group. Most of it was the young lady in the group, but we did it.
No, you didn't.
All right,
you were about to.
We were about to, and it disappeared.
And then it ran off into the cellar, saying, "Certainly not." I know, because I had to edit the whole episode.
Well, there you go.
Zombie says no.
Nope, right out of there. So we also had Dave's character and Celeste's character both developed phobias.
I don't remember what mine was.
You're afraid of dark spaces and the dark.
That's right. That's not going to serve me well in this.
And Dave is afraid of gourds.
Right.
One of these things is not like the other.
So, and Bro had just pulled the policeman over about a dead body that is not there. And you guys had a ridiculous response to the police officer when he asked what was going on.
Oh.
And that's where we had left off. So we arrive, police officer standing, waiting for a response as to why he was signaled over for dead bodies when there are presently not some. Bro is confused, and the remaining three have been shaken. Don't everybody just start talking at once.
Oh, we
Trying
were
to
waiting
figure
for
out-
our cue.
We were
Trying to
waiting
figure out how
for
to pick
Josiah.
up from that.
We're waiting for Josiah, the talent of the podcast.
All right. I'm going to look over at Bo, who has the cop, and I'm going to be very confused. I'm like, okay, look. 5 seconds ago, there was a body here. And it's not. Pretty sure it's down there. There's other bodies down in the hole. Right down there. Welcome to check that out, officer.
That's not very descriptive. Down in the hole.
Well, there's a big door, and there's a hole behind the door. Just, yes.
I know he sounds like a moron officer, but I promise he does know what he's talking about in this instance.
I mean, I'm a speaker here, obviously not a moron, but I've seen stuff, and I've not seen this. This is new. This is very new.
Well, of course, there's bodies down in that hole. That's where they keep the old dead masters for Porterhouse University.
No. These bodies. No.
These were exposed, like not in tombs, not in boxes.
They were up and moving around.
What are you talking about?
They had
Dead bodies don't get up and move around.
This is why we called you, because dead bodies should not get up and move around, and we need you to fix this.
He's like, okay, just wait here for a second. And he gets up, he goes down into the cellar. A few seconds pass.
I think he's dead.
A few more seconds pass.
Still dead.
It is a dark space.
Fellas, what happened? Everything's all gummed up. What happened between me leaving and me coming back?
Bo, if I knew, I'd tell you, buddy, but I really don't know. All I know is there was a body here. We went to put a rock on it, and
it said no.
I mean, it didn't really say anything. It just moved, and like
No. It said no.
I'm looking around. I see track marks of something just popping out of nowhere.
Like daisies.
Right about this time, the cellar door opens, and the cop comes back out, and he goes, well, I see the masters down there, but I don't, you're right, the coffins are missing. Someone's stealing the coffins. we gotta look into that.
Steals coffins.
So, thank you for pointing that out. I will report this, the coffin thievery, but outside of that, everything looks about like what it should be. And he climbs onto his wagon and yaws his horse away with the dead body of Thomas Jones in the back.
Look at the group. Well, that was eventful, guys. Anybody else think there's something more than just some coffin thievery happening here?
Perhaps vampires.
I have no
bright
idea,
outside.
rightly. What else you're thinking?
I'm thinking that there's something supernatural happening here. And hey, you're a librarian. Do you got any books about bodies moving and stuff like that?
Not on me.
Good point.
I do have a book, and she opens her bag and starts looking. I do have one on the Dewey Decimal System. I have one on mermaids. Here is one on how to make sourdough bread. This one is very interesting. And she's just rustling in her bag.
That's great. And if I need some information about how to find a book that's about mermaids and how to cook up some bread and all that, I call you, but that's not gonna help us.
Do you not like fish and chips?
No, quite no. I don't like fish. You guys have any ideas?
When you say supernatural, what are you talking about?
Look, man, I've heard stories about dead men walking. Okay, it's just when you're in the war, you hear body's dead. It's dead. We know it's dead, and it gets up and walks, and it's something super spooky. So there was a dead body. We all saw the dead body, right?
Indeed.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It was dead. I didn't go up there and put my hand underneath its nose to see if it was breathing, but I'm pretty sure it was dead, and then it moved. This is not normal.
I feel stuck. I mean, anytime we've tried to gather any kind of more information from Scullion or Ancaster or Grantley, they just want to run. They don't want to talk to us about it. So I don't know what we can do, who we can go to. Nobody wants to let us know. So there is something deeper going on here.
It begins to, despite the snow that's on the ground, it begins to rain, that freezing December rain that you would get in the northeastern parts of the U.S. at certain times of the winter.
Don't I know it?
A very cold rain.
Not the snow falling from the sky.
Let's have everybody roll intelligence checks.
Hey, I got a crit.
You did get a crit. I think you were the only one who got a crit last time, too.
You're the only one that passed it all.
Clayton, you notice across the field a series of 10 individuals that are standing. As soon as it started raining outside, you notice 10 individuals come out of the dorm, and they all stand in sort of like a circle. Except there's one spot that in the circle that's noticeably unoccupied by an individual. And they're just standing in a circle, just standing there, silent.
Do they look normal, or are they wearing like robes?
Oh, they look normal.
All right. I look at the gang. While it is strange for us four to be standing out here in the rain, do those guys over yonder look a little bit strange too? Because there's anybody over see those guys over here? They're just kind of standing in a big circle, just like it doesn't even look like they're talking. They're just looking at the ground.
Well, that's not healthy.
Well, I mean, how far away from them are we?
You're across the quad from them. I mean, you guys are standing outside of the hotel, and this is over by the dorm area. So I'd say you're probably about 300, 350 yards away from them.
How far are they from whereabouts the young man that had met his unfortunate demise?
They are directly across the quad rather than at a diagonal angle like you are, so probably about maybe 500.
Right.
I mean, I'm not going to bust out my calculator and do Pythagoras theorem here, but
come on, man, I need to know the square root of this. No. All right. I'm going to suggest to us as a group that we mosey on casually towards that group and try to overhear what's going on. Because I just have a feeling that something's a little fishy over there.
Okay.
So we're going to casually walk.
Is everybody going to casually walk with him, or?
I just want to get out of the rain.
Nervously walk.
Yeah, I'll walk with.
All right. So the four of you start heading in that direction, and as you are listening, you don't hear any noises coming from them. It's like they're just standing.
Does it look like they're holding anything, or are they just stone still?
They're just stone still.
Well, this is quite odd. Bo, why don't you go over and check out what they're doing?
You mean me?
Yes, you, the big guy in the group.
All right.
The man that looks like he can hold himself together.
You can call me Bro.
Bro?
Bro.
Bro.
Yeah, short for Ambrose. But call me
Yes.
Bro, friend or foe. Call me Amber or Rose and get a punch in the nose.
Well, I like my nose where it's at. So
It's more of a ribbon than anything else. I'm not going to really punch you in the nose.
well, I appreciate that.
So what now do you want me to do?
I'd like for you to maybe ponder a little bit closer and just kind of see what these guys are doing. and we're gonna follow you.
At a safe distance.
All right. And I go over and do that thing.
Okay, so you go over there and you see 10 college-age gentlemen standing in a circle with a gap in the circle in the rain.
What's in the middle of the gap?
Nothing.
Oh.
But they are all evenly spaced apart with the exception of that gap. It's almost like somebody should have been standing there.
In the middle of the circle.
No, in the gap of the circle. Like,
okay.
It's almost a perfect circle except there's a part missing.
All right. Well, I'm going to regret this, I'm sure. I'm going to go stand in the gap.
Okay.
Hey, bro, if anything happens, just grab my collar, pull me out.
All right.
No, I heard about these things called mosh pits. This looks like a get wild.
I don't think mosh pits existed in the 1920s.
So you're going to go stand in the gap?
I'm going to stand in the gap.
All right. You go and stand in the gap.
I'm going to look around. Does it look like these guys are looking at each other, or are they just looking at a hole? What's happening?
They're just kind of standing there, staring kind of down at their feet.
All right. I'm going to nudge the guy next to me. Psst, hey. You guys okay?
He's just what?
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay. What are you guys doing in the rain?
I don't know.
I mean, you guys just seem real intent about standing right here in the rain.
I don't know. It's just kind of a thing we do when it rains, I guess. I don't know.
I look at him kind of like, you want to expound on that a little bit, buddy?
Well, I mean,
like I'm making it real obvious that this is awkward, and he's not really giving me an answer.
he just kind of looks at you like you're the dumb one, and he goes, "Well, I mean, we're the cricket team."
I mean, and I respect that. One of your buddies was over there, and is this like you guys are like memorializing him here, or is this what you guys do? You play cricket, you stay in the rain.
No, it's raining.
They're out of game. They're the cricket team, not the rugby team?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, right. Rugby, cricket. Sweet. So, since we're out here in the rain, like you do, any idea what happened to this guy over here?
Which guy?
The one that's dead.
Oh, you're standing in a spot.
I'm standing in a spot?
Yeah.
Oh. Is that okay?
I mean, he's not using it, so.
Well, that's true. So, like, is this a party? Like, you guys just come out here and stand in the rain and like, suck in the cold?
Only when it's raining.
Okay. Well, this is weird, but thank you.
Yeah. I mean, kind of turns. And go ahead and make a spot hidden for me, please.
All right. Let me find it. I just saw it. There it is. I did not do well.
Okay. So yeah, he just kind of. What are you rolling against? For whatever reason, it's not telling me what you're.
25. Is what
yeah.
I have.
No, you just notice him just kind of look back down at the ground again.
Okay. I look back at the rest of the group like, this is weird.
You're telling me.
I step out of the circle slowly and walk back to the group. You guys got any ideas?
Find anything interesting? You just kind of standing there.
They're standing there, and the spot I was standing was for their friend. That's where he stands. I'm not an expert in cricket. I don't know if any of you guys have or sports. Oh wait, bro, you're sportsy.
I play baseball. I don't play cricket.
Right, but your sport.
Right, but I'm not British.
Well, I mean, neither am I.
Maybe this is some sort of a British thing. No, there's basically two different types of sports. There's ball movement sports like your football, and then there's stick and ball sports like your baseball, your hockey, things like that.
I mean, they got a stick and they got a ball.
Do they have to put honey all over them to make them sticky?
No, like a stick off a tree. That type of stuff.
Well, that makes sense.
It's a sticky situation. All right. Okay, guys. Let's get out of the rain, I guess. Unless anybody else has any ideas.
No. That was odd, but not the weirdest thing we've seen tonight.
Well, nope. You know what sounds good? Pumpkin pie.
Hey, I could eat.
Perhaps we should go to the cafeteria?
I like that idea.
Sure, anything to warm up.
Yep. All
right.
It's riveting.
Sorry, guys. I got lost in the narrative. I forgot I was the keeper for a second.
Keep telling the story, guys.
Why'd you guys stop? I'm just waiting to hear what happened. All right. So you guys head to the calf again. Like you guys spend so much time eating. Seriously.
It is the holidays.
Yeah.
So you guys make your way to the cafeteria. You guys see Ambrose in the not Ambrose. And Castor in the cafeteria. Sitting at a table, and he's got a jar in front of him. He's like reading over some notes or some papers, and he's got a jar with something in front of him, and some like a plate full of half-eaten food as well. And you are met by you aren't met because this place is more like this place is kind of like a college cafeteria, so you kind of go through the line, grab what you want, sort of thing. So you are free to venture about however you see fit.
Did we leave George somewhere?
George was he is currently giving his lecture.
Right.
Right.
We'll miss him.
All right. So do we want to talk to Ancaster, or what do you guys think?
Well, let's see.
Maybe we can get him to sit longer because he's eating.
Yeah. Well, why don't we?
And it'd be rude to get up in the middle of a meal.
It would be, especially if somebody large sat next to him on our other side.
I like that idea.
So, to our amazing and wonderful DM, is he sitting where we can sit on either side of him?
Yeah, it's kind of like a round table with chairs around it.
All right, sweet. So, we're gonna sit on either side of him.
I'm going to sit across from him.
Good plan.
I'm gonna sit somewhere else in the circle.
I guess, bro, it's you and me.
All right, let's do it.
All right, so I'm going to walk up and I'm going to sit on the left side of him.
And I'll sit on the right side of him.
At this point, he notices you guys sitting down, and he's like, what can I help you with, gentlemen?
Andy, my boy, how are you doing today?
I'm fine.
Really sorry about all that stuff earlier. And the chasing you and the notes and stuff. I just want to apologize, man to man. I apologize for taking your notes and reading your notes and that crazy stuff with lighting things on fire and all. How crazy is that? I mean, how crazy they found the bodies. Did you know
Clayton,
that they can't find the caskets now?
Clayton, I would like you to make an appraise check. No. Spot hidden.
The suspense is killing me.
I know, right?
Did you click it?
I failed again. 44.
All right.
So While Clayton's talking, I'm going to attempt to pull the jar away from Ancaster.
While he's doing that, I'm going to lean into Annie and say, "Now look, Annie," and I kind of turn away from the table. I was like, "Look, I want you to look out this window and imagine the future, my friend. Imagine the future with me."
As you're trying to take the jar away from him, you feel a sharp smack on the back of your hands, as almost like Ancaster reflexively reached out and slapped your hand when you reached for his jar, and then he grabs it.
Ow, what the?
And he's not even looking at you when he does it.
I see that what's happened, dear. Now look,
Ixnay on the jar, RJ.
Annie, I need you to work with me, man. There's a big world out here. There's a lot of stuff. People misdiagnosing hysteria, and your research could change the world. Change the world.
He unscrews the lid to his jar and takes a swig out of it and screws it back on and goes, "Well, I tried to explain that to you in the first place."
Yeah. So let me ask you, man. What was the? How did you come to this revelation, man? What brought you to this moment? I mean, do you have a special diet that just helps you to think things through?
No.
Okay, I'm just gonna throw it out here, man. What's up with the juice?
Well, I have certain habits. When I was much younger, I took hold of the bottle, and suffice it to say, as I grew older, the bottle more took a hold of me, if you catch my meaning.
I got you.
So I don't drink to become inebriated. I drink to function. But no, this is just where I keep my ethanol.
So fun story. All the caskets are missing for the mold masters. Did you know that?
Well, yeah, because all the masters are missing.
No.
Yeah.
We found the bodies. They're there.
They're hanging out.
They're all
chilling.
They're all there in the cellar out there in the other building.
Doing calisthenics.
No caskets. Seem to have moved on their own, actually. How fun is that?
He just it's like he didn't catch the last part of what you said. As soon as you said that they're back there but no caskets, he just kind of gets a grim look on his face, like he's putting something together. And you just hear, I need the four of you to make a spot hidden, please.
Please work this time.
Oh no.
God, so close.
No, that's not. Nope.
Ambrose, you're our only hope.
That's a big nope. You guys hear him mutter something under your breath. I mean, under his breath, but you don't catch what he said.
Ambrose. Not Ambrose. Oof. Sorry. Annie. Brother.
Bro.
What did you... No, not talking to you, bro. I'm talking to Annie over here.
Ancaster?
Yes. Now, Ancaster. Annie. My friend, can I call you Annie? I'm going to call you Annie. Did you hear what I said? The caskets are missing.
But he looks you directly in the eye, and he goes, "Something terrible is happening right now."
I would concur.
You think?
Right.
You want to expound on that?
Can I talk to you strictly off the record?
You know, I look over at Calvin. That's up to this dude over here. Or this, I'm sorry, they don't say dude. That's up to this guy over here. Calvin,
Sure.
You got a pen and paper?
He unscrews the top of his jar again and takes a big long pull off of it. The jar's about half empty now.
Sir, I'm going to need you to withhold drinking that because you are upsetting my sensibilities.
He looks at you and goes, "Well, if this is upsetting you, you might want to leave the table then."
So, what you got for us?
There are some of us on campus who disagree with the overt traditionalism of Porterhouse. we're striving to make it more of a modern establishment and do away with some of the more archaic means that transpire on campus. Are you with me so far?
I'm tracking with you.
This begins with the Gotti. We have a horrific tradition of marching out corpses to sit at the head of the table during the feast. Some of us have formed a faction to eliminate that tradition and had gathered up those bodies to take them to the local crematorium. I'm going to guess that one of the traditionalists have caught wind of that. I haven't been able to get a hold of George all morning. And Tom this afternoon. He
at a game, just to remind me, was Tom the one we thought that was the guy that was splattered out, or was that George?
Tom was the dude that was splattered at the side of the mall next to the at the side of the quad next to the chapel.
Right. Okay. Cool. I was getting the names mixed up. Continue.
And with George missing and Tom dead, I can only think.
Braincaster. Y'all all right?
Annie?
He's grabbing at his throat.
Annie, are you okay?
I'm waiting for that joke to get made.
Are you okay, Annie?
Unfortunately, he's been struck by a smooth criminal as he is grabbing at his throat. Like he can't breathe. His eyes are swelling up and he is beginning to froth at the mouth.
Perhaps you shouldn't have drank that.
I'm trying to think on it.
Here, lay him down. I can maybe I can help him. Gonna try first aid.
Actually, this is going to be a medical.
Okay, I'm going to try first aid.
I will try it with
no
you.
medical skill.
Wait, medicine?
Yeah.
Oh, I get a good success on first aid.
So
and I just switched voices. Sorry.
I know you became Aileen there for a second.
Just a second.
You guys keep rolling stuff, and it's just like,
Well, my first aid score was good, and my medicine score was horrible. So
okay, first aid score.
Does anything.
On that first aid score, you can tell that he is choking and probably is poisoned.
Ooh, looks like he's been poisoned or something.
Does anybody have a really big stone? We can put it in him, and it can help diffuse the poison.
A stone?
A stone.
What kind of stone?
A limestone.
There's one back at the cellar, but I'm going to need your help to bring it over here.
Well, that's problematic.
After
and also not fitting down his mouth.
So after some convulsions on the floor, he goes limp.
Oh, no.
Who else is in the calf?
Nobody anymore. Just you guys.
And this is noonish time?
No, this is late afternoon. It's getting close to dinner.
Right. So good. Perhaps one of us should go and get somebody in authority because this is a bad situation.
I'll go to the office.
All right.
And I get up and I start running.
Okay.
Sorry, continue.
No, go ahead.
I want to loot the body.
For real.
I want to check the body. I want to see what's on him.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell my compatriots here to keep an eye out.
Go ahead and make the. Are you going to try to do it stealthily, or do you just not care and you're just going to?
Nobody's here. I'm just going to pat down his pockets
All right, go ahead and roll me a spot hidden, please.
Please. Nothing.
No, you don't find anything. You're just rage looting, trying to get it done, and you just kind of give it just a rough once over, and you're like, I don't know. I'm touching a dead man, and I don't like it.
All right. Wait a minute. You said a student came over with him while he was drinking this stuff. In us thinking back, 2020, did the student seat touch that thing beforehand, or was it just him holding it the entire time?
I'm going to say, for trying to remember something past tense, and something you weren't specifically looking for, right. I'm gonna tell you to do a roll a hard spot hidden.
I failed it.
All right. Yeah, you don't remember.
All right. Somebody want to smell the jar?
Yeah, actually, I was thinking about taking the jar so that I could check it out later.
Tag, you're it. Okay, so just three folks and a dead body.
Did I get to the office yet?
Yeah, you get to the office, and it's still fairly abandoned as it was earlier that day.
The door's open?
Yeah. It's right. It's not closed. It wasn't closed earlier either.
I go in and, in a slight panic and looking for people. Anyone there?
No. You do remember where you found the only person you found in there last time, though, if you want to go look specifically for Master Grantley. All right.
Master Grantley?
You hear a voice from the back of the office. Yes. What?
We were in the cafeteria. Mr. Encaster just tumbled over.
Have you been bothering Encaster again?
No, he was sitting at a table and he fell over. We think something's wrong with him. Do you have a nurse or anything on hand?
No.
Do you have a Johnson & Johnson kit or anything?
Let me take a look. And he wants you to take him to where it happened.
All right, but do you have a travel kit or something?
No, not at all. This is an office. It's not a...
So is there a nurse's office we could go to?
No, not at all.
There's no nurse on campus?
No.
Well, all right. Come on.
He's going with you.
All right.
Before he gets back, is Ancaster wearing any kind of particular jewelry? Some sort of rings, signet rings, or anything like that?
Leaning heavy in that cult thought, huh? Make another spot hidden.
Hard or normal?
Normal.
Hey, I got it.
You don't notice any particular jewelry on him. No rings. He's not wearing a chain or anything to that effect. About this time, Ambrose comes in with the large bearded gentleman that you guys were speaking with earlier.
Oh, thank goodness you're here. This doesn't look good. Looks like he's not okay.
Well, what it looks like is we have a dead body here and four of the five people whom he had stated were harassing him across campus.
Good point. It does, yes. However, we were having a civil conversation. I was apologizing, as gentlemen do. And we were having a lovely dinner, just discussing things as I was apologizing. And all of a sudden, he just started coughing and foaming at the mouth, and he fell over.
And so the four people who've been harassing him across campus just happened to have a lovely dinner with him right before he died.
Well, you know what? We all felt like we owed this man an apology. We were quite rude to him, this prestigious man of this porterhouse institution here. Which, by the way, I don't know why you guys don't serve steaks in the cafeteria. But we were here doing what responsible adults should do.
Clayton, I'd like you to roll a charm check.
I failed.
He looks at you in a very conspicuous manner. He's not buying what you're saying at all.
Look, all I know, I can tell you, you're not jiving with what I'm saying, and that's okay. I get it. If I was in your position, I'd be a little worried too. The point of the matter is, you have a man on the floor who, from our friends over here, they're very good at first aid. They think he's been poisoned. Now look, if he had been poisoned, it would have been by us, because poison takes a while to kick through. We haven't been around this man most of the morning.
And where exactly is his jar?
Oh, I kind of pull it out of my jacket and set it on the table.
So you're trying to tell me that you did not poison him, but you think it was in his alcohol that you had on your person?
Well, I was going to look at it and smell it and figure out. I mean, I know a little bit about chemistry, so.
Or maybe you were taking away evidence.
It's not just evidence, it's a human being.
And most people, unlike this prestigious university, like to bury their dead, not bring them out for holidays.
Well, I would say I agree with that sentiment, but we won't have to worry about that this year, as the corpses are missing.
Oh no, they're found. They're in the attic. They're in the basement.
Just the caskets. We suspect vampires.
Everyone make a spot hidden.
Vampires, I'm saying. I see nothing.
I have failed epically.
That's what you get for rolling a crit so early.
Whoa! High score.
Why don't we roll like this when we're playing D&D?
Why don't I roll like this when we're playing with Steven's game?
Oh man!
All right, y'all failed.
I rolled a green zone, sir. I contest this.
There is no green.
To be completely honest, Mr. Grantley, we've noticed a lot of things going on tonight, and they've been very peculiar. And we came back to Mr. Ancaster and noticed he was drinking this, and we had questions for him, and he was talking to us about it, and he keeled over.
Roll a persuade check, please. Calvin.
Everybody?
Nope, Calvin, who was doing the talking that time. Oh,
That was an extreme success.
it was an extreme success.
My man.
All right, so his view begins to soften towards you and your rationale. He's starting to kind of buy what you're selling. Like everybody should buy what we're selling at our merch store at playinggameswithstrangers.com.
Shameless plug.
Sorry, I couldn't help myself. And he looks at you and goes, "Well, what exactly were you asking about?"
Well, we were trying to understand what was going on with the bodies. We went over to the Lion's Head and saw some bodies in the cellar and noticed the caskets were missing. And, well, some of them are moving around. And I know that sounds insane, but
make a spot hidden, Clayton.
Confused.
Not Clayton, Calvin. Make a spot hidden.
Can't do that 2 times in a row. Yeah.
Never mind. Okay, keep talking.
Yeah, we're confused, and you seem like you may have answers. He seemed like he may have answers, but I'm really hoping you don't just fall over and die before we get answers. Otherwise, I'm leaving. This is insane. Not my responsibility.
He looks at you and he says, What did Ancaster tell you?"
That he was an alcoholic.
Right. Well, he also said that the master's bodies were going to be going to a crematorium, and then something happened. Or did this happen specifically, I guess?
He told you that much then.
Can't tell if you're upset with that or not.
No, you can't, because you failed your spot hidden. He pauses and then he says, well, I may as well tell you the whole thing.
That'd be nice.
We are wrapped with attention.
There are 4 of us who have conspired to try to issue an era of modernization. We are of a minority of minds on campus who don't follow with the overly traditionalist ways here. We had conspired to remove the bodies. That was the first step. Our handyman, George, who does our linens, he also services the local crematorium. We paid him to haul the bodies to the crematorium and dispose of them in a humane manner. We haven't been able to get in contact with George since that evening. Tom we hired him to load the cart. And we all have seen what happened to Tom.
Poor thing.
He was to have a bit of a scholarship for his help.
Well.
And, of course, Ancaster was my partner in modernizing. If he helped me, he was going to take my place when I retired as headmaster.
So, who else besides the 4 of you knew about this plan?
Nobody. It was just the 4 of us.
Well, somebody must have known.
I couldn't think of who that would possibly be.
Who else would have had access to Ancaster's notes that detailed basically half of what you just told us?
Well, even you weren't supposed to have access to that. So, I mean, to ask me would be anybody's guess at this juncture.
It doesn't seem like you were keeping your conspiracy very conspiracy-like.
Well, if it weren't for Ancaster's slip of judgment, you wouldn't have known either.
I mean, y'all, and I'm looking at the group, it does seem like maybe we should be talking to Mr. Scullion again. I mean, it seems all things point back to him.
They do, but at the same time, I have a feeling that he may be part of the reason why Annie over here is not okay.
That's true. So we just don't eat or drink nothing for the rest of the time we're here, which is going to be real hard.
Do you know why they pull out the bodies? And why there are 4 bodies in total?
Because you're macabre?
To make things even?
No, there's been more than 4 headmasters since the tradition started. Do you know who Master Nichols is?
I do not. Love to hear about him, though.
He the started the Gotti.
Yes, he is correct.
Right.
He dabbled with the occult back in the day. We're not entirely certain of what, but later on in life, he kind of renounced such ways, called it utter foolishness. And that's when he started the Gotti, and he kept it going to present himself as a reminder of foolish pursuits of non-academic academic purposes.
Are you dying?
You having a stroke?
And that's why they kept hauling the body out. But then after he died and the body began to decay, dreams started happening around campus. You'd hear students talking about Nichols showing up in dreams and giving advice or talking students through difficult academic situations. And it became sort of a campus folklore, and he was, we just addressed it as mass hysteria. And then one of the headmasters had a dream, and it was Nichols telling him to donate that body to the school for the Gaudi. There's been many headmasters since, but only the 4 who have been convinced. And sure enough, the old man appeared in my dream asking for mine. Which is why I certainly did not want to attend the Gaudi with the corpses this year and ordered their destruction.
You had a dream?
Yes.
Well, that's interesting. I have a vague remembrance of a dream with someone who was quite old in it.
Could you describe him to me?
Well, I will if the DM will give me a remembrance of what I dreamed.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember what the guy looked like.
It is not my responsibility to take notes for you.
I know. He was an older gentleman, very stately.
Let's do this. Make a history check to see how well you remember.
Where is that?
It's in the middle column underneath first aid.
Nope.
Nope. You don't really remember what he looked like.
It was all very vague and very disturbing, but it was an older gentleman who seemed to be quite stately.
What did he say to you?
He said that tradition was important and that I should probably make sure that happens. Now, I'm not against traditions, but I think some should go with the times.
And he didn't say anything else?
I don't believe he was a fan of the Dewey Decimal System.
It's very irregular. Typically, Nichols doesn't just appear in the dream to debate people, but he has something specific he wants.
Well, he did tell me to make sure that traditions were held.
I don't know. The only thing I can tell you is it does appear that somebody was onto our plan and is cleaning up loose ends, so to speak.
Well, they're not cleaning them up very tidily. It's a big mess here. See all this spit?
So tell me why again there's 4 of them?
Those were the 4 that the old man could convince in their dreams to leave their bodies.
But is there a reason why there's 4 and not 3 and 5?
Because a 4th one was convinced and everybody else was too creeped out by the prospect to abide.
Understandable.
It has occurred to me, sir, that perhaps we should fear for you if all of the loose ends are being tidied up. And aren't you indeed a loose end to all of this? Should we get you off campus?
I can't leave campus. It would make me, especially in the light of these accidents that have been happening. I mean, it would cast suspicion onto me, and I can't afford that kind of press. If anything, it'll shut down the whole modernization movement on campus.
Well, then.
So, if you'll excuse me, I have to go summons the police officer again. Unless there's anything else that you need.
believe we're good. As good as you can be right now, anyway.
Mm-hmm. All right, so he bids you all a good evening and sternly walks out from the cafeteria.
Well, guys, we have 4 dead people who have been convinced by a specter that they should give up their bodies, and their bodies appear to move on their own. We have a conspiracy to burn those bodies, and the conspirators are all down from 4 to 1. This doesn't look good.
I feel we may need to try to protect the headmaster.
I mean, I'm not really skilled in being a security officer or nothing like that, so I don't know what good I'm going to be.
You are quite intimidating.
I was just honest.
My concern isn't so much for him, but these individuals seem ripe to kill anybody who stands in their way. And I'm more concerned about the 4 of us who have kind of been thrusted into the situation.
Well, why would they kill us? We have no skin in this game, so to speak.
You're correct, ma'am, but we've been at a lot of real focal points of the story so far. I mean,
that is the point of this podcast.
I mean, I guess that depends on if you believe in fate or not. And why don't we just leave? Let the authorities handle this. I don't know why we're all mixed up in it.
Well, we're going to have to talk to the authorities anyway to try to help them sort it out. While we're right here and we have all this information, maybe there's some string we can pull that's just going to unravel the whole thing. If the police are involved, they're going to have to start the whole thing over again. And it might be just enough time for whoever it is to get away with whatever it is they're trying to get away with. I think we're just the right people for the right time right now. I mean, I'm not so keen on, keeping people in danger. In fact, Miss, what's your last name? Catonic? Hotep, that's right. If Miss Hotep needs to go somewhere and to be protected, obviously, I think that's probably, whoever needs to go, needs to go. But
who would then pick up your big rocks?
That is a fair point.
But I think if people want to go, people need to go, but we need to come up with a plan to figure out the whole next step here.
Here's my concern, guys. The group that has so far done the most illegal activities seems to be the traditionalists. My fear is we may need to actually take part in this conspiracy to dispose of these bodies. Especially since they move on their own.
Well, how are we going to catch them to burn them? Especially without boxes to put them in.
We could set up a trap. I don't know.
It's a trap.
Pulley system, they step in a noose, we catch them. I don't know. Maybe they're not even dead after all. They're just wearing funny masks. No? All right.
Well, they did say they felt they'd go for a walk. They were feeling quite better.
Who would they be if they were pretending?
Perhaps the bodies have already been burned, and these traditionalists have decided they want bodies, whether those bodies are there or not.
I'm going to point out again, we had one on the ground, and it disappeared.
It ran away.
Pretty sure it was dead.
But pretty sure is not certain.
Calvin?
Yeah?
You distinctly remember coming into contact with that corpse and how it felt like a rotted pumpkin. You are certain it was dead.
That is true. I think my opinion on them not being dead is wrong, and I kind of have a flop sweat thinking about it. It was squishy like a pumpkin.
Like a what?
A pumpkin. Oh, I'm gonna throw up.
All right. So I think we need to go on the assumption that there's real corpses and they're not people dressed up like corpses. And the people who are responsible, we need to find out how many there are and expose them. Help me out here, Fies.
I really don't know right now, bro. I just have a real uneasy feeling about this. And say, what kind of building was that the bodies were in?
It was the basement of the hotel.
There are a lot of people in the hotel? No, never mind. Not gonna go there.
Up?
When's the party they're supposed to be bringing out the bodies?
It is in a couple days.
So we have time.
Okay,
Well,
I'm trying to think. Out of game.
I think we might think we have time, but because things are sort of moving right now with Ancaster dying and the whole Thomas Jones thing, I think maybe we should just try to think through a plan and then get it done as fast as we can.
Well, what's your plan, bro?
I don't have one.
All right.
I think the main things is finding out all who's involved in this and then making sure they're all brought to justice. If we cast a wide enough net, we're going to catch them. But if we don't know how many are in this group, then we're going to miss someone, and that's going to be it's going to have some negative effects.
Oh, this is true. Okay.
Do we know anybody else that's working with Scullion? Because again, I feel like everything points back to him. He's definitely into the traditions and
Well, I was
loves
just about to say
Master
that.
Nichols. Yeah.
Where is Scullion? Has anybody seen him today?
No, I've been busy, I think.
I didn't see him either time I was over at the office. But where would the porter be?
Why don't we just head over to his office or his abode and ask some questions? Oh, we've already got a target on our back, although being the weeniest one here, I don't know why I'm the one coming up with this idea. I don't like it.
You're a brave man, Charlie Brown. All right. So, should we go back to the head offices and see if there's the porter's office is at the head office?
Might as well. It was unlocked when I was there. At least we can look around.
And away we go.
All right, you guys make your way over to the office building, and when you get there and you grab the door, it has been locked up.
Of course. What time is it?
You're about now. It's probably about 7:30-ish, getting close to 8. Oh, and it's dark outside.
So perhaps we should move this party inside to where the light is.
Yeah, well, the door is locked, so maybe we can go back to the rooms.
What time is everybody's talks for today?
Well, it's 7 o'clock, so I'm assuming not at all.
Oh.
So, where can we obtain some lanterns, guys?
Well, there's a general store in town, but I don't know if we want to go that far.
Sure, there's some here on campus somewhere. Wouldn't our rooms have lanterns?
That'd be kind of weird to have that just as a random thing in your room.
I mean, it's not like they have electricity in the rooms, do they?
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
It's the 1920s.
All right, sweet. Well, okay. Do they have flashlights at this time?
I believe they did. Yeah.
Did we call them torches?
That's British.
Oh.
Yeah.
So here's my idea. Sorry, go on.
I was just saying, what are you guys doing?
My idea is that we need to find. Okay, sweet. So yeah, flashlights were invented January of 1899. So that's the thing. So here's my thought, and with those out to the group. This is completely out of game. Let's find either lanterns or some flashlights, and let's head over to the porter's place. I'm suggesting this because it is dark. The campus should be lit as a campus, but I just with Sarah's aversion, it'd be good for us to have some sort of lights of our own with us.
Sarah agrees.
Well, why don't you all head over to the rooms? I'm just gonna check around the whole building, see if there's any doors that are open.
I wouldn't recommend you being by yourself, mate.
No, that's not a good idea. Being alone in the dark.
Any chance we could find a janitor's closet? See if they got any flashlights or anything like that, just in case. I mean, power has to go out at some point. It's inevitable.
I'm game for that idea.
All right, let's find a janitor's closet.
Where are you going to look for a janitor's closet?
We're outside of a building right now, right?
Yeah, you're out in the main commons area on campus. So, I mean,
are there people out and about?
Not really.
Yeah, that's weird. Okay, I guess we're gonna go into the closest.
Like I said at the beginning of the last episode, this isn't a really well attended thing. Nobody who actually lives on campus, like the students, actually goes to it. This is kind of put on for some alumni and rich people who don't have a lot to do with their time, so to speak. So,
but the cricket team's there.
Yeah.
All right. Sweet. All right. I'm going to recommend to the group we go into the closest building, possibly a dorm building, and check out the janitor's closet there.
You're going back to the dorm?
The closest building to us, dorm or, scholastic building.
Okay. Probably going to be equidistant to either the lecture hall or the dorm, so you'll need to pick and or choose.
I say we would go to the lecture hall.
I agree.
Let's go. Bro, you want to come with us, or are you going to try to walk this out by yourself?
Let me just look around real quick. I'll meet you there.
Please be careful.
Bad idea.
Splitting the party.
Scream if something happens.
Really loudly.
If you hear an Arkansas scream, you know it's me.
Yes, we will.
Scream like a razorback.
Oh,
no. We lost again.
All right, who am I going to go with first? I'm going to go with Ambrose because I'm curious to see what he's got up his sleeve. So, Ambrose, what are you doing?
I'm just going to check all doors, see if there's any bulkheads, see if there's any attached sheds, see if there are any windows that might be loose
on
or
the office
unlocked. In the office building, yeah.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and make a spot hidden check.
Did that go through?
You got a 35. What were you rolling against?
25.
You do not find any of the aforementioned items that you are looking for.
Okay. Then I head over to join the crew.
Okay. We'll say that check probably takes you about 15 minutes to do.
Okay.
As you're trying to search thoroughly.
All right.
The other three of you head to the lecture hall.
Yes.
And as you get there, the front door is still unlocked. And when you walk in, the light is on in the actual presentation area, but nobody is currently talking. It sounds like it's not an occupied room, but you would have to go into that area to check.
Well, I'm going to go into that area. because it is light.
So I'll follow Sarah.
All right. So we'll say that for the sake of simplicity, Clayton will be going with you as well.
Yes, I am.
And he's back. All right.
He doesn't even know where he's going.
That's the story of my life. Where are we going? Okay.
You guys go into the amphitheater inside the presentation hall. And the room's kind of cleared out. The stage has been stripped down. And you see 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 older gentlemen kind of sitting in the front row, very quietly talking amongst themselves.
Gentlemen, hello. I am so glad to see you. Would you happen to be able to help us locate a janitor's closet, or perhaps have a light that we could borrow? Not like for cigarettes, but for lighting our path. It is quite dark outside, and the dark is not nice.
Or perhaps some lanterns.
Lanterns, that's what I'm thinking of. Lanterns or flashlights?
They all kind of look at each other, and they look up at the three of you, and one of them goes, and who might you be?
Well, I am Sarah Jane Hotep. I am a speaker here at the conference, and I am speaking on the importance of the Dewey Decimal System.
Quite right. Hotep. And he looks down at a piece of paper. Yes. You are due to be speaking. Well, you were supposed to speak earlier, but you didn't show up for your allotted time.
Oh, no. I thought my time was tomorrow.
The porter didn't give us paperwork on when we were speaking, did he?
He just told us.
That porter. He just assumes everybody knows what they're doing. Yes, quite right.
So do you happen to have a flashlight or a lantern?
You would be hard-pressed to find a flashlight on campus. It breaks the tradition. The tradition that binds us.
Right. Tradition. So, lantern, perhaps? Or something for a fine torch?
A good candle.
I doubt you would find one in a custodial office, as you are looking for. I guess I would recommend asking the porter. He would be in charge of such things.
That's reasonable. And you know what? While we're at it, we can make sure we know what time I'm speaking tomorrow. Where can we find the porter at this time of the night? I looked at my watch.
This time of the night, I would assume he'd be at home, and he has a suite in the dorms.
Oh, well, that's quite convenient. Because we're staying in the dorms ourselves. Which dorm is he? I just want to swing by real quick and just again, I would hate to interrupt what we have going on here by not being present for my presentation tomorrow.
Right, it's very important.
Your name, please, sir.
Oh, my name? It is Clayton Forrester.
Quite right. Clayton Forrester. Yes, you actually speak tomorrow at 5 p.m.
Oh, that's quite convenient. But still, I'd like to speak with the porter just real quick. I want to finish out some details. I know that he's in charge of making sure things take place, as that is the job of a porter. And so, where can we find his room?
He's on the first floor of the dorm rooms. He does not have a dorm number. His door is just labeled as porter.
Oh, well,
that's very convenient.
Reasonable. Very reasonable. Hey, thank you, gentlemen, so much. And what were your names, by the way?
I'm not going to do a voice for all of them because I'm not. But they introduce themselves as Colonel Death, Major Plimpton, Mr. Barr, Reverend Black, Reverend White, Reverend Gray, and Sir Reginald Slope.
Oh, my. Well, it's a very prestigious group of gentlemen. Are you guys alumni of the Porterhouse, or are you just here for the speaking?
Yes, quite right. We are often referred to as the old boys. We are all old alumni, and we are the sponsors of the Gaudi.
Oh, so you guys are the ones who are responsible for these fine representation of tradition and quality of life here.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, well, thank you so much. I really honor tradition. I appreciate the hard work you guys are putting into this to maintain. So these young people, they don't understand tradition.
At about this time, Bro comes through the doors looking for you guys.
How's everything going over here, fellas?
Quite good. Are you okay, bro?
I'm okay, but let's just say I found nothing in my search. So what's going on here?
Oh, just talking with these fine gentlemen. These are the gentlemen who actually helped kind of back the whole the event that we're having this week.
They're
very nice to meet you,
responsible for
gentlemen.
us being here.
Well, thank you very much, gentlemen.
Well, gentlemen, you guys have a good evening, and I'll be excited to see you guys for the rest of the week.
Good day, sir.
Good day. And we turn and walk out. And as we walk out the building, bro, what happened?
I went around the building. I couldn't find any loose windows or open doors or anything like that, so I just came back.
You're kind of winded, buddy.
I ran quite a way.
Okay. All right. So the porter is in the dorm on the first floor.
All right.
So
Makes it easy.
it does. I don't think we'll need a lantern.
Gentlemen, can we please walk as we talk so we can get inside to where it is better lit?
Sure, let's go, guys.
Let's go.
We're off to see the porter.
Sarah,
Yes.
I need you to make a spot hidden check for me, please.
Oh, no. I did not do well.
Okay, as you are looking around and at the dark shadows across the campus, where you are staying in the mostly lit walkways, you are surrounded by darkness. And you just get the sense of watching from the darkness, and you keep imagining seeing undead eyes, unblinking, peering out at you from the darkness, from places unseen, with untold knowledges of what lies beyond the veil of mortality, reaching out and slowly caressing your face, running their dead finger across your cheek. I need you to make a sanity check, please.
I did not do well with that either.
You did not. You are going to take 8 points of sanity damage, which makes you temporarily insane. So you are hysterical at this point. The only thing you want right now is to get into your well-lit room and lock your door. You want nothing to do with any more of this. You are freaked out, and you are like, I cannot take this.
Gentlemen, we must move right now.
We're doing that.
Nope.
Sarah.
You're not going fast enough. We must go faster.
I mean, lead the way, my lady. We'll be right behind you.
Walk. And so she speed walks into the dorm.
Okay, so she takes off. Are you guys going to keep pace with her, or just keep your...
I mean, it'd be inappropriate to let her just be by herself. How far are we from the dorm?
Probably about 150 yards.
Yeah, I pick up my speed a little bit, but I'm not on her heels.
Yeah.
I'll keep up with her.
Okay. Kelvin, I would like you to make a spot hidden for me, please, as you are approaching the dorm.
Nope.
Nope. And
I'm walking along with him.
Clayton, yeah, I was about to say Clayton, because you would know what this would be too. I need you to make a spot hidden as well.
Cha-ching, 12. Why did I
Finally.
Get this
You see some very recognizable dragging footsteps in the snow around the dorm.
Okay. They're where again? By the door?
Yeah,
going into the dorm.
around, going in towards the dorm entrance.
I yell up at bro and say, "Hey, Hey, you guys need to slow down. Something's not right.
Nope, must get to the fourth.
I really need
to the light. Must get to the light.
Sarah,
must get to the
please.
light.
Sarah,
Must get to the light.
bro, please grab her.
You know what? Why don't you check out what you need to do and meet us back here, and I'll just go with her.
She's running towards the dorms.
I understand that. I'll go with her.
From going inside, bud.
I don't know if I can do that.
Come on, gentlemen. I'm running in heels. You can do it.
All right,
is there a possibility for me to run to get in front of her and to stand in front of the door?
I mean, we can definitely make a contested roll here for her getting to the door before you.
Do it.
All right, I'm going to have you guys, and I'm just going to put this at, dexterity. That would make sense. It's going to be.
Yes, I am running in heels.
You are running in heels. Yeah, so Ambrose, you run. She is running in heels. She just keeps shrieking, "Got to get into the light, got to get into the light." And you run in front of her and stand in front of the doorway right when she gets there. So how you guys want to resolve that situation is entirely up to you.
Is there a light in the doorway?
It is a solid door. It's not a glass door.
Right, but I mean, like when you get to a doorstep, sometimes there's a light there.
Yeah, there's a light at the doorstep, but she is still surrounded by shadows outside of that light area.
Okay, I'll put my hands up and stand with my back to the door and be like, okay, whoa, okay, we're safe here now.
No, we're not. There are far too many shadows around.
Okay, now hold on just a sec. Let's let everyone else catch up.
Calvin and I get up there. Sarah, I need you to calm down.
No.
Sarah?
No.
Do you remember the creepy things that were outside the basement?
Yes, I do.
They're
Thank you
inside
very
the building.
kindly. Oh, no. But still, it's at least bright in there.
They're inside the building.
But it's bright.
I can't guarantee how long it's going to be bright.
Oh.
So I look at the rest of the group like, hey, now I'm looking around trying to figure out what's going on also.
If you're trying to talk her out of her temporary insanity,
not going to happen.
I need you to roll a psychology, please.
And I'm just like trying to edge around bro to get inside the door. Because I'm insane right now.
I failed.
Yeah, she's not having it. Go ahead and make a dodge roll for me, please, Sarah.
Me?
Yes, you.
I do not do well. Those dark dadgum heels.
Okay, so you try to dodge around Ambrose, but Ambrose kind of jumps in front of your path to get into the door.
Bro, you are keeping me from getting inside into the light.
Right, I understand, miss, but I think there's something you don't understand. There's something in there that's even worse than having no light.
There is not much that is worse than the darkness.
The things that we had met before?
In the dark. We met them in the dark. Hence why we need to be in the light. I am perfectly logical here.
Bella's going to help me out.
Okay, Ambrose, if you are trying to talk her out of her temporary insanity, you also need to make a sanity roll. Not a sanity roll, a psychology roll.
Oh, bad for me. Psychoanalysis or psychology?
Psychology.
Oh, that's a little better. Hey, wow.
Hey. All right. So as Ambrose is talking to you, Sarah, he's starting to kind of cut through the imagery, and it's starting to make sense that if there's a possibility that one of those things could be in there, you may want to have a little bit of discretion at this juncture and slow your roll a bit.
Perhaps if we sneak into the light, we would be all right.
Well, we have a little bit of light right here, so let's take what we have, and then when it's safe, we can move into a bigger light.
Oh, all right.
Okay, so we're just going to sort of like walk towards the light.
Yes,
All
let's walk towards the light. I know they say not to do that, but let's try it.
All right.
Does my score go up any?
No.
Okay, just checking.
So, yeah, I mean, Dallas, it sounded like you were the one with the plan, so you stopped them. What are you guys doing?
I'm going to look at the group and say, look, whatever is happening is inside that building right now.
How do you know?
And I point at the tracks in the snow.
Oh.
Those are the things. Those are the tracks those things make.
Oh no.
Oh, all right
So
then.
they're in there with the porter, and this is where I'm starting to run out of ideas. Start patting my pockets and trying to ponder what our next logical steps should be.
Our next logical step should be to get into a brighter light.
You're correct, ma'am. You're absolutely correct. I just don't want you to have to go into the great light if we go into that room.
Well, it would be brighter.
You guys have any ideas? We can brave danger, run in there. I think I have a pocket knife on me somewhere. But I can't guarantee what we're walking into.
I mean, we also can't guarantee that, like you said, well, what we're walking into, or that they are in there. Maybe they came out of there.
Do the footsteps go towards the light or away from the light?
The way that they're dragged through the snow, it's kind of hard to tell.
Right.
Did we ever get a flashlight?
I mean,
We're on our way to get one.
Got it.
If anybody wants to check the directionality of those steps, they're welcome to roll a track roll.
Okay. You did say that they were going to it when you told me about them.
Yeah.
All right. Track roll. Where's that at?
Sarah Jane is not thinking clearly.
Well, that's obvious.
I don't know nothing about tracking.
Oh my gosh. Apparently it's just too dark and my military training is failing at the moment. I can't tell.
And so we need to go into the light.
There's too much powder on the ground.
Powder?
It's the
Snow.
fluffy snow.
I mean, maybe it's better inside than it is outside.
It's certainly warmer.
Yes.
For sure.
Very.
I
tell
say
you
we
what,
quit talking and just go inside.
Let's do that. Sarah, you're going to stand between us guys.
As long as we go into the light.
Yes, ma'am.
Less.
All right. Sounds good. I'm going to breach the door, and we're all going to file in slowly. Okay.
Breach the door. Has this turned into a SWAT thing? We're going to slash the pie.
So I'm going to reach for the handle, and I'm going to slowly pull on it just to see if it's locked.
It is not locked, as it is the dorm.
All right, cool. Creepier things have happened. I'm going to slowly begin to pull the door open.
And as you pull the door open, you see little bits of viscera strewn down. No, I'm kidding. You open the door and you see a hallway. And make a spot hidden for me, please.
Okay. I failed it.
All right. Yep. You just see the lit hallway of the dorm area.
Okay. Is it a one-way hallway, or does it split kind of in a T shape right there at the entry?
It tees that it's a junction at that entry, so it's kind of like a hallway that goes left, right.
Okay. I'm gonna lean against the closed door and look towards the left.
It's a hallway.
Sweet. I'm gonna slide in and look to the right.
Also a hallway.
All right. I'm gonna walk in and go. Slowly, but I think we're okay at the moment.
You also do notice that the note that was on Tom's door that morning, because Tom's room was right next to the exit, is no longer there.
Well, either Tom picked up his note before he went skydiving, or somebody else came by.
Am I in the light yet?
I think so.
Okay.
You're going to have to open your eyes.
I needed to know how panicked
It's not scary no more.
to be. Well, he was saying it would be scary inside.
Okay.
Is it, Dave? Is it not scary anymore?
I don't
John
know.
seems amused, so I'm going to say yes.
All right. So, anybody have any idea? The porter's on the first floor. Can we identify which door it is? I feel like that'd be close to the exit.
It says border.
Yeah, you remember that they had told you that it's going to have a big old placard on the door that says
Right.
Porter on it.
I just need to know if we need to start walking the hallway, first floor, or if we're going to see it right away.
No, you don't see it right away.
Well, let's walk around, guys.
As the other three remaining of you walk in, I would like the three of you to make a spot hidden check as well, please.
Oh no.
Oof.
I failed.
Oof.
Fail.
All right, everybody fails.
At least we're consistent.
I just hope we roll this well when we go back to playing our regular game.
Oh, I'm sure you'll fail just as many rolls.
Oh no.
All right, so you guys wander the halls trying to find the porter's room, and you eventually find one that has kind of an antique plaque on it that says Porter. And it's a very gaudy looking plaque on there as well.
Gaudy.
Okay. Well, I have two suggestions for us, gang. Either A, we just knock on the door.
I would recommend knocking.
It's the polite thing to do.
Yeah, I concur.
I want to see people in bed sheets again.
All right. Well, Calvin, go ahead and knock on the door, bud.
Absolutely. Knock, 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 knock. Knock, knock.
Knock, knock.
You wait a couple seconds, and the door opens, and there's a chain on that door, and you see part of the face of the porter in there.
Yes. How can I help you?
Mr. Scullion, you would remember us. I'm Calvin Sawyer. With this group here, we needed to talk to you. Didn't mean to disturb you. I'm sure you're gearing down for the night, but we had some questions about the masters and the bodies and all the weird things that are going on.
They have been found. You don't need to search for them anymore. Thank you for your services. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
And I look back at the group for additional assistance. Y'all?
We need flashlights so that we have light. Because darkness is bad.
Flashlights. We do not have such newfangled contraptions on campus, but just one moment.
And he closes the door. You hear kind of a stomping, running sound.
Do you think
and then he comes back
darkness
to the
got
door.
him?
He comes back to the door, and he you hear a sliding of a chain lock, and he opens the door just enough to stick his hand through, and he hands you a lantern. He goes,
that should be sufficient for you. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Oh, thank you.
Is there fuel in it?
I believe so.
Will it work in brightest day and darkest night?
No, this one is an orange lantern, not a green one.
Oh, thank you very much.
So
I'm assuming that's it for the night.
okay, thank you. And then he closes the door, and you hear the chain lock again.
I was going to say rest well, but never mind. You can sleep poorly for all I care. Rude.
yeah, let's just hope we don't rest in peace ourselves. Okay.
All right. I do not want to be the person holding this thing. Sarah, here you go. I hand her the lantern.
God,
let's not have.
this
I take it away
one.
from her. No, you're shaky. This is fire.
But it's light.
It's fire. Your hands are shaky.
Light.
Yeah, just stand close to us. It'll be okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. So, guys, where should we go now? So, here's the deal. The note was gone from Thomas's room. I'm pondering if perhaps there's some clues to what's happening in his room.
That ain't a bad idea.
Y'all want to break it?
Does it have
Well,
electricity?
we could
Yes.
see if the door's working.
Let's
Let's try that first.
Let's go do that.
All right, so you guys make your way to Tom's dorm.
For fun, I'm going to knock on it.
Knock, knock, knocking on Tom's door.
As you knock on Tom's door, it pushes in like it wasn't completely latched.
Oh,
That means we should not go in.
quite possibly, but I have the lantern. Follow me.
Oh, that's true. You do.
Perhaps he needs some help. Let's go right in.
That's probable cause, children.
All right, you guys go into Tom's room, and it's, the lights are off, the radio is off. It's just a dark dorm room.
Can we turn some lights on?
Is there a light switch?
Yeah. You click the light on, and the lights come on.
Oh, excellent.
All right. So let's start looking around the room, guys.
All right, so you guys search around the room. Everybody who is searching needs to roll a spot hidden.
We're so good at that.
No.
Woohoo! I spotted me some hidden.
I see nothing. I'm just enjoying the light.
Hey, fellas, look over here. I found something.
I like somethings.
This doesn't seem to be working for us, guys.
Ambrose got an 8.
Oh.
So he actually does spot something. And searching through the papers on his desk, you do see a correspondence between him and the current headmaster, discussing in ambiguous terms the deal that the headmaster had told you about moving the masters to the linen cart for disposal, and being promised a very handsome scholarship in return for his services.
Wow.
You also spot the note that was left on his door that said, "See me, Porter."
Well, it must have been him. It was the porter was wanting to see. All
Did
right,
the porter see him?
Don't know. But we got this letter. Y'all read it?
Why don't you refresh us?
Well, it was just what John said. Verbatim. Ditto. Were their names the only 2 names on it, or was it signed by like the sponsors of the Gaudi or anything like that?
What are you talking about? Which note?
The letter, the first letter.
Oh no, that was just a correspondence between the headmaster and the headmaster Grantley.
Grantley and Scullion.
No, Scullion's not on there at all. It was because you're in the room that belongs to Mike. I'm not Mike. Thomas Jones.
Oh, okay. All right. So this is from Grantley to Jones?
Yes.
Okay. So it had Mr. Grantley's name on it, Master Grantley's name on it, had Thomas Jones' name on it, and
so it corroborates the story that Grantley had finished for Ancaster after Ancaster had kicked the bucket.
Mm-hmm. It seems like we're hitting a lot of dead ends, guys. Like we're making a lot of traction going nowhere.
Well, it seems to me like maybe the last person Tom talked to was Scullion. I mean,
would you like to bust down his door again?
He was most unhelpful.
He was, but I mean, can it wait till morning? Are we willing to do that?
I say we need to take it to a vote. Who wants to wait till the morning time?
It is brighter in the morning.
That's a vote for...
It's not too late right now, and I think trying to get this thing done sooner rather than later is gonna solve some problems.
Mm-hmm.
I would agree.
So we're all in agreement, except for Sarah. We're gonna do this now.
I think we should.
With the party, wherever we go.
Well, so we just want to kick in the door?
We could knock first.
It's the polite thing to do. And then if he doesn't answer, he can kick the door in.
Well, we can give it a little kick just to see if if it's loose that way. You never know.
It could open on its own.
It could. Very well could.
All right.
All right, let's go.
Let's do it.
All right, you head back to the porter's dorm, and when you get there, the door is slightly cracked. And I need everybody to make a spot hidden, please.
Oh, let's see how this goes. Nope.
I failed.
Where am I? Oh, I just barely missed it.
I know.
Missed it by that much.
Let this be a lesson to all you listeners at home. Spot hidden is quite possibly the most important attribute in Call of Cthulhu.
Now we know.
Well, I can't tell you when you're rolling a character.
That's true.
All right, I have no idea what it does.
Can I roll on throw?
No. So you guys get to the door, and it is slightly cracked open.
But now we don't have to break it down.
There we go.
Well, tally ho.
So I knock on the door to be polite.
As you knock, the door starts to push in with the force of your hand. No response.
Is the light on in there?
It is not.
Oh, good thing we have a lantern.
I pass it off to Clayton, who's knocking. Here, go on in.
Sure. Mr. Scullion. Hello, sir. It's Calvin Sawyer again.
Clayton, I would like you to make a... This isn't really going to be a spot hidden.
Clayton or Calvin?
Calvin, sorry.
Okay.
You, Dave.
Dave.
How about listen?
Get ready to duck, Clayton. He's going to throw something at you.
I would like you to make an appraise roll for me, please.
Oh, because I'm so good at that.
Appraise.
No.
Okay. You smell something. You smell an acrid smell on the air. And it smells familiar, but you can't put your finger on what.
It's pumpkins.
Y'all smell that?
You're not being nice.
Do we all roll appraise?
Can I roll on brawl?
No. Because the problem is y'all have individual feats that aren't going to necessarily be on everybody's. So let me take a look at your individual character sheets here, and I can tell you who will be able to roll what.
Power.
Steve, go ahead and roll your mechanical repair.
Fail.
Okay. Clayton.
It's me.
Yeah, give me a second. See if there was like a chemistry one. That would be awesome, but... And I know that some people can have that.
I have chemistry.
Oh, you have chemistry?
Yeah.
Oh, then go ahead and re-roll that as a chemistry roll, Calvin.
Okay.
Yeah. Go, Clayton. Go ahead and also do a mechanical repair.
It's still a failure.
All right.
Do I need to roll something?
I'm getting to your paper.
Okay.
Seems on a beam. Ah.
Did you fail?
Yep.
Darn.
Well, shucks, Bob.
What does my dad have to do with this?
Yeah, you're probably going to be doing a mechanical repair as well for this one.
Okay, let me see. That's not a mouse. Hang on.
Watch her get it.
That would be hilarious.
That would be so good.
Where is mechanical repair?
Towards the bottom of the center column.
Yeah, under.
Looks like it's under language skills.
There we go. 65. I did
That's
not
a big
make
old
it.
nope. Yeah, so you guys all smell something familiar on the air. You can't put your finger on it, but it's definitely an acrid smell.
Something burning or something?
I don't know.
I don't know.
But I holler for Scullion again just in case he happens to be somewhere.
No response. And yeah, as you are walking through there, go ahead and make a dexterity check for me, please.
Everyone?
Nope.
Just me.
Just him, because he is walking the lead.
Nope, that's a massive failure.
Oofa doofa. I need you. Okay, so you fall. You slip on wet carpet.
Ugh.
Maybe it's just the dew.
Squidge.
Ouch.
And you take 9. No, dude, not 9 points of damage. What the heck?
I was going to say, I died.
You take 1 point of damage
Alrighty.
as you slip and fall onto the floor.
The wet floor.
Oh, there's something wet over here. Watch your step, y'all.
All right, you need help up?
Yeah, that'd be great.
I give him a hand up.
All right. And again, the whole suite is dark.
Can we turn a light on, please?
Oh, like we can't even see anything with the lantern?
No, the lantern is on, but I mean the suite is dark in and of itself. So.
Oh, okay.
Is there a light switch?
Well, yeah.
Well, I turned the light switch on when I came in.
All right, so you turn that light switch on, and it lights up the front hall area of what is a 4-room suite.
How posh.
All right.
And it is decorated very, very, well, for lack of better words, gaudily. You can tell he very much relishes the idea of being a person in power on campus and wants to be very lavish with the idea there. Like he's trying to demonstrate how he feels his worth is through his interior design.
Well, all right then. What was on that carpet?
It was water. Like he literally slipped on wet carpet.
All
But
right,
the smell is in the air if you guys want to explore the
Can we tell where the smell's coming from?
it seems to be coming from the main like living room type area, which is not illuminated because there's a different light switch for that room.
Right.
Should probably head that way.
I say we stay in light.
Oh, we'll find a light in there. Don't worry.
Yeah, so we just walk through the next dark room.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel for a light switch to turn it on.
There isn't one actually, but you do notice that in the dim shadows of the room that there are a couple lamps, like oil lamps throughout the.
Hey, guys, want to help me light these lamps and maybe?
Yes.
Sure. Y'all got matches?
You can use the lantern you have.
Are there like long matches or lighters or anything that are near the lanterns?
Go ahead and roll spot hidden. See if you can find one.
Why would they hide them?
That's what you do
It's dark.
for a searching roll, bro.
Because it's dark.
Joke.
Hey,
It's a
I found
joke.
some.
Hey,
I ain't found nothing.
Calvin found some matches.
Yay, Calvin.
And I hand Sarah the lantern while we light the lamps.
Thank you.
As you light the lamps, you notice that there's a big swath of newspaper laid down on the floor that have been soaked with a certain type of substance. And there are empty canisters, metal canisters that are strewn across this laid out newspaper area, as well as some cut wires.
Can I tell what kind of cancers they are?
If you want to pick one up and look at it.
I gently pick one up and look at it.
It's a big yellow can that has the word kerosene written across it.
Guys, let's leave the room quickly. And be careful with that lamp.
All right.
Are you going to leave the lamps burning in that room?
I'm going to. These are oil burning lamps, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to gently turn it down so it snuffs out and walk out quickly.
Okay.
All right. Let's. Should we leave?
Yes, there's kerosene all over the floor, and if a spark hits them or if these fumes get a little out of control, I believe we call that a barbecue in Texas.
Absolutely. We need to get out of here, y'all.
All right. Is anyone else in the building, do you think?
Most likely.
Do they have
Maybe
fire
not
alarms
many,
like that?
Fire
Not
alarms?
not in the same sense that they do now, where you just pull a thing on the wall and it sets off an electric alarm.
Right. Is there a way to alert the whole building?
If you want to go door to door.
Are we now in the dark?
No.
No,
We
you're
still
in the
have light.
hallway.
You've got the lantern.
Okay.
Don't drop it.
I had to sneeze, and then so I didn't completely hear everything.
Please don't use that voice because the DM will be like, oh, she sneezed. She dropped the lamp. That was out of game, guys.
Yeah, it was out of game. I sneezed and walked away.
Well, does anybody have anything in their room that they need to get real quick? I mean, I don't think this is a safe place to be, this building.
Well, where did Skellion go? Anybody have any idea where he disappeared to?
I don't
in the
think he
last
searched
20
all the
seconds?
rooms.
Looks to me like he might have bolted after we talked to him earlier. That's just an assumption.
I mean, with all that kerosene, surely there's some that's on him. Do we smell it in the hallway at all?
No, it's not in the hallway.
I'm a little. So here's the thing. I know we should get out of here because it's not safe. But you think he's planning on burning this place down because he's hiding something?
It's possible.
Perhaps he is going to cremate the bodies himself.
Are there any other doors off this big main room where the newspapers are?
You guys have already, according to Dallas, y'all have already left the porter's apartment.
Okay, but
Around the hallway again.
Were there any doors?
Yeah.
Okay. There were other doors in that room. Perhaps he just went through a back door or something.
I mean, does anybody want to go check?
No.
I think it's dangerous to get in there. I think just get whatever you want out of your rooms real quick and then yell fire.
Well, I agree. That doesn't get us any closer to figuring out what the heck is happening here.
No, but it protects the people who are in here.
I'll tell you what. You go get the people. One of us needs to go through this and see if he's in that building, in that room anywhere. Is there any kind of... Oh. Bro, can I borrow a bat?
I didn't bring any bats with me.
That's such a stereotype. Hey, you're a baseball player. You bring bats with you on random vacation trips?
I mean, if he's doing expedition or whatever it is. So
I'm just here for the festival. I wasn't here to speak.
Is there anything that I could use as a bludgeoning weapon in this room? Possibly a chair I could just take off the leg?
I mean, are you going back into the dorm?
I'm going back in the room.
I'll go with him.
Is there like a fire axe? Usually there would be a fire axe on the wall or something.
Yeah.
The three of you make a spot hidden to find weapons.
I am holding my lantern.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
Nothing for me.
All right. Okay, I can do this. Just trying to think of something that will set the atmosphere appropriately.
Oh dear.
Fire.
you find Calvin, in looking around, the other two don't find anything. They're just kind of rifling their things, and you're like, I can't find anything. You find a figurine of a large brooding creature that has a kind of like a tentacled face and large dragon-esque wings coming off the back of it. Body kind of humanoid, but not quite. And
what does tentacled face mean? Tentacles don't go on a face.
I know it's really bizarre, but they hang down from the base of its face.
Like a beard? Like a beard?
Almost a little bit close.
Oh, okay.
But it hangs down in front of the mouth, though. Almost like it has an octopus for a head.
I found this.
Hang on, I was just giving you details. And as you start fiddling with it and you pull on it, and you pull on the head, a dagger comes out of it, but it's the way the geometry looks. The blade of the dagger looks longer than the figurine itself, and you're not entirely certain how it all fits into the base of that figurine, but you have a dagger.
Guys, I found something.
Well, that's something.
No, look at this. And I show it to the guys. Isn't it?
Yeah.
That is quite peculiar.
Yeah.
That is quite peculiar right there, man.
Yeah. I don't know how comfortable I am holding this, but you know what? Clayton, you're a military man. Here, you know how to wield a weapon.
Okay. Yeah. My weapon normally has wings and guns, but we'll go with this.
Well, that weapon has wings on it too.
Yeah, sort of.
Said the ominous voice from the sky.
I would assume you know some hand-to-hand combat skills. Maybe not.
No, they touch a few things in the Air Force or in the Army.
Also, you're probably bigger than I am, so. All right. Let's search these rooms.
All right. Let's make this happen. I'm gonna go in first, and you follow me closely. All right.
Hey, Sarah, are you gonna follow us in here? We could use a light.
No. We ain't taking that light bulb in here. That's fire.
You're right. You're right.
Kerosene fire. Sarah, why don't you go with Bro, and y'all let folks know it's time to go.
That might be a good idea.
All right. Are the corridors lit up? Like, would I have to take the lantern if I needed to, like, just knock on doors and tell people there's trouble?
Well, Sarah's got the lantern anyways.
I understand that.
Hold on to the lantern. It makes me feel a little bit better.
Right. So if I had my druthers, I would have her outside the building with her lantern.
No, I'm not okay with that. No. No, don't say just because I have an emotional support lantern that I have to go outside.
Well, I don't want you inside when the explosion happens, if it's going to happen.
I will be okay. It will be nice and bright. It's fine.
All right. I'll go in and knock on doors and let people know
that
there's trouble a brewing.
Okay.
I'm going to knock on my door.
And what are you going to do, Clayton and Calvin?
We're going to go into the room.
Which room?
The porter's room.
Okay. And Sarah, what are you doing?
I am going to go with Bro with my lantern.
Okay. All right. Clayton and Calvin.
Yeah.
You go into the room. What do you do?
I'm going to have Calvin, I need you to put your hand on my left shoulder.
Got it.
Okay. And we're going to walk in here slowly. We're going to go to the right, and we're going to go to just kind of follow around the room slowly, carefully.
As you walk into the room, I need you to make a dexterity check for me, please.
Okay. Failure.
Yep, you slip and take 1 damage because of the wet carpet.
Sweet.
Careful the icy patch.
It is actually, now that you mention it, it is a little bit cold and there's bits of snow in it.
Add a game. How do I edit my hit points?
You go to edit mode.
Right. Is it the left number or the right number?
The right, left.
It's the one on your left.
It's like a fraction, so it'll be on your left.
So it'd be like 19 out of 20 or 200 out of 500, whatever. 1 out of 2. 6 out of 12.
Okay, because mine's just really confused because it says 22 out of 11.
25 or 6 to 4.
Okay, cool. Sweet. So I took a hit.
Yep.
Cool.
And like as you fell into wet carpet that had little bits of snow and it was cold.
Are the
Let me
windows
help
open?
you up.
Appreciate it. Are the windows open?
No.
Why is it suddenly so cold in here? That's quite strange. Are there any windows?
Yeah, there's windows. They're not open.
Any kind of light coming in from them?
They currently have the drapes drawn over them.
Sweet. All right. So, am I close to any of the windows?
Now that you are on the floor,
Hey.
though, before he helps you up, go ahead and make a spot hidden, and I'll give you advantage on that.
Okay. Spot hidden. I got a 52 out of 25.
Okay, go ahead and roll it again.
I got a 73.
Nope, you don't see it.
Okay. So
I'm trying.
I know.
I literally tried to give it to you there.
I know. All right, so we're gonna. Are there any windows open? Or how close am I to a window where the drapes are?
You're just in the room, so probably maybe like between 5 to 10 feet.
All right, we're gonna slowly move to one of those drapes and pull it open.
You see outside the building.
Yes, but now
Is it
there's
still raining?
No, the rain has progressively turned to snow.
Oh, okay.
And it's heavy snow.
Oof. Yes, it is still snow outside, but now we have a little bit of light coming into the room, which might help us to move around. So we're now going to slowly move to the next closest door. And is it closed or open?
It is closed.
Okay. I'm going to place. I'm going to lean my back against the wall next to it. Calvin?
Yeah.
I need you to put your hand on this door. All right. Does the door open towards us or away from us?
It opens away from you.
Away from us. Okay. All right. Then he just needs to stay behind me then. Okay, Calvin, we're going to go into this room. All right. Take it slow. So I reach down and I gently turn on the knob. Is it locked?
No, it's not locked.
All right. I slowly turn the knob and gently push the door in just a little bit, but I'm still holding on to the knob.
Okay.
Can I see anything?
You see a dark room with no windows.
Sweet. Well, Clay or Kevin, you want to go in, or should we check the next door?
I mean, is there a light switch?
I don't know.
Let's feel around.
We start feeling for a light switch.
You do not feel a light switch.
Okay. Can't seem to find one, buddy.
This ain't turning out very good.
Oh, and I just remembered we saw wires that were exposed in the other room. May not need to use electricity while we're here.
I think we're at a total disadvantage. Maybe this isn't a good idea. I feel like maybe we just walked into a trap.
Quite possibly.
Maybe we should just leave.
All right. So we're going to slowly make our way back the exact direction we were at.
Okay.
And work our way back to the door.
I like how you're slowly describing it. Like, I don't want you to hurt me. I'm gonna slowly do this.
Rocks fall, we all die.
Clayton, I would like you to make a Constitution roll for me, please.
I felt it epically.
You feel something cold drag across your neck.
Oh, good.
And then 2 cold spectral things kind of run down your face a little bit.
Clayton or Calvin, you can handsy on with me?
No, sir.
Something just touched me, and I don't feel comfortable.
Can we please move faster?
I'm a fan of this. Let's move quickly, but let's avoid the little icy patch.
Of course.
Okay.
All right, so you guys make it out into the hallway.
Yes. And I am sufficiently creeped out a little bit.
All right, moving on. We'll give Dallas a break here, and we'll move on to his wife and friend Steve. So, Bro and Sarah, you guys are kind of going through the dorms. Most of the dorms aren't occupied. Like I said, it's not a very well attended. But the people who do answer the door, you advise them that you smell kerosene in the lower halls and
Exposed wires.
and saw some. Well, the wires you saw, they weren't exposed wires. What they were is they were like wire clippings.
Oh, okay.
We think there's a bomb. We think there's a bomb.
So you convince them to at least evacuate the building for the time being.
Run for your lives.
And as you finish up doing that, is there anything else you want to do before you guys leave the building as well?
I am not leaving the building. It is bright here.
Yeah, I knock her unconscious and
To the moon, Alice.
bang, zoom.
Does this rag smell like chloroform to you?
Nice.
We
Must have
do
been
not
good.
approve of these actions. We do not suggest you try this at home.
All right, so you guys finish up clearing out the building. What do you do?
Well, I am going to go back down to the porter's room to see what the other guys are up to.
And I think at the very least we should tell the nearest fire department to make sure that this is something that they get a handle on before it explodes.
Well, you do that, and I'll go where there's more light.
What's
So-
the furthest building? The layout of this, if they went to the cafeteria, would that be far enough away that if this exploded, that they would be safe?
Well, I mean, it's kerosene. You don't, and it's just it's spilled on the carpet. It's more of a fire hazard than it is an explosion hazard.
Okay. But if this thing went up in flames,
Yeah, I mean, they would be sufficiently distanced if you sent them to the cafeteria.
all right. Well, why don't you all do that? And I'm gonna run see what I can do to try to find the fire department.
Okay, so you're gonna head off to the fire department. Okay, so Sarah, you go off to the fire department. Sarah, you come down and you find Clayton and Calvin. They just exited the room. Clayton looks a little bit uneasy at this point.
Clayton,
Oh wait,
are you
and
all
Clayton,
right?
hang on, Clayton. I forgot. I need you to roll a sanity check, please.
Waiting for
Okay.
that.
Yeah, I hit such a great number just now.
Yeah. And you have the best sanity out of probably anybody, I think. So
Not anymore.
you take 4 points you lose 4 sanity points.
Sweet.
from your experience inside the dark apartment. And Clayton is super perturbed. Go ahead. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt y'all.
Not really. Functioning, but stuff's in there and slimy and sticky. Maybe something sticky. I'm not sure. Clammy, very clammy. Are you sure that wasn't you, Calvin? Do you have clammy hands, Calvin?
Not particularly. I mean, you're weirding me out.
Okay, I think it's time to go. It's time to go, guys.
But it's dark outside.
It's time to go.
But it's dark outside.
No time to go.
No, it's dark.
Lady, here comes the boom. We got to go.
It's dark. I don't think you completely understand that, but it is dark outside, which means we should stay inside.
Let's go to another building.
But then to go to the other building, we have to go to the outside. We do not like the outside because the outside is dark.
You have a lamp. You're okay.
I love lamp.
I walk and I grab her by the hips and I'm like, let's move.
No.
So are you picking her up or are you just pushing her?
I'm just pushing her.
All right. We're going to do I'm assuming that you are contesting this, Sarah?
Yes.
All right. I need you to roll a strength roll for me, please.
Well, that did well for me earlier.
No, not you, Sarah. Clayton.
I did not do well.
Yeah, you go to try to move her, and she's not having it. She stomps on your foot and pushes you away.
All right, cool. Well, have fun burning. Bye. And I just start walking.
Wow. Talk about dark.
Right. So the two of you are leaving the building then? Clayton and Calvin?
I'm going to try and convince Sarah to go with us despite the dark. We know that this room ain't safe with all the kerosene and whatnot in there. So we at least need to get away from it. And I know you are terrified of the dark, but I think exiting the building would be best.
What time is it?
Right now it is probably about 8:30, and Calvin, I'm gonna need you to do a hard persuade on that. Oh. Holy cow! Yeah, he sounds pretty legit with the whole the fear of self-preservation versus the fear of seeing the boogeyman. Self-preservation is starting to edge that out a little bit.
Yes.
Perhaps you are right. Will you please stay near me, even if I start running?
Absolutely, ma'am. Just stay close and we'll be fine. Let's head out.
Okay.
All right, so you guys head out of the building. And where are you guys going when you're leaving the building?
Wherever everyone else went.
To the cafeteria?
Sure.
Sounds good.
Yep.
All right, so you guys head over there. After about 20 minutes, Ambrose, you come back with a someone from the fire department, and so this is the place where you said that there was the what did you say was going on here?
There was some kerosene cans and some newspapers that were wet with the kerosene, and there were some wire clippings. I'm not exactly sure if that has anything to do with it, but it was just a dangerous situation. We cleared out the people who were here and moved them to another building, and then that's when I came and run to get you.
I see. Well, thank you for your cautiousness. Let me go ahead, and he walks in, and he takes a look around at the situation in there, and he goes, "Yep, it's a good thing you guys didn't light these lamps in here." And he pulls out a large box that has a arm holding a hammer, and he starts to sprinkle it all over the soaked newspapers.
Like an actual arm holding an actual hammer?
No, it has a picture.
This is way too creepy, man. This is way too creepy.
No, it had a picture
of an actual arm? Is it a left arm or a right arm? Please don't say left.
So he is he has neutralized the the flammable substance, and he's just kind of taking care of it and eliminating the fire hazard.
All right, great. So it's in good hands. I'm going to head back over to where everyone else is.
All right, so you guys have been hanging out in the cafeteria. I'm not sure if there's anything you guys wanted to discuss before we move along or not.
I don't think so.
What was that, Dallas?
I'm just trying to think. I was like, I'm not sure what's going on here, but there was nothing good in that room. I might sleep with the light on tonight.
I know I will.
All right. So right about this time, Ambrose comes in to the cafeteria. You guys see him as he walks in.
What you know, bro?
Everything's taken care of. I brought a fireman over, and he's taking care of the kerosene and all that stuff right now.
Well, that's good.
It is good. He said it was good that we called him. It could have been a lot worse if we had turned on the lights and left them on.
Mm. Well,
I can imagine.
We didn't find anything when we went back in there. It was dark and definitely didn't feel comfortable, thinking it might be a trap or something. So, kind of out of luck. I don't quite know where to go. I mean, it's getting later in the day. I'm kind of wondering if we head to bed and then we can check the place in the morning when we got more daylight.
That may be the best solution for us tonight.
I don't know how much sleep I'm going to be getting.
Oh, well, the light will be on, so yeah.
Okay. So you're staying in the cafeteria then, Sarah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What about the other three of you?
I'm going to head back to my room.
Ditto.
Okay.
Is everyone else going back to their rooms, or are people playing it safe and staying here?
The rest of the people who were in the dorms are heading back once they got the all clear.
All right. I won't leave Miss Hotep alone unless she's going back to her room. So I would just stay at a respectful distance from her and make sure that, she has an escort if she needs it to where she needs to go when she wants to go.
Okay. So Calvin and Clayton, you guys head back to the dorms, and you guys had separate rooms because I remember that Clayton was rooming with George Bailey.
Yes.
Okay. So Clayton, you go into your room, and I'm assuming you're gonna turn in for the evening. Or Calvin?
Yeah.
Okay. Clayton, you go into your room, and as you approach your door, you can see light coming from underneath the door frame.
I'm going to step back for a second. Do I see shadows?
Make a spot hidden for me, please.
God, I wish I put more of the spot hidden.
Yeah, you and everybody else in this game.
Indeed.
You rolled a 75. No, you don't notice any shadows or anything.
Okay. I'm going to hold my knife that I've obtained with this strange tentacled creature as a hilt. And I'm going to slowly open the door, and I crack and look inside.
As you crack the door and you look inside, how far have you cracked it?
Maybe about 3 inches, enough to see.
You see a figure that is apparently not touching the floor, swinging back and forth in the middle of the room.
Oh, this isn't good. I pull the door shut, and I'm going to go and grab my buddy Calvin.
Okay,
knock on his door.
Calvin, you hear a knock on your door as you have turned off the light and crawled into bed.
Of course. I can't rest. All right. So I open the door.
Hey, Cal, how's it going, buddy?
I'm good. You all right?
I don't think so. Don't think so.
What's going on?
Either there's a person who has hung themselves in my room, or there's somebody floating off the ground in my room.
Either way, that sounds terrifying.
Yeah, that's not good.
Well, there ain't no sleeping now. What do you want? Do you want to find the authorities? Do you want to look into? You want me to go back to your room with you?
Let's go back and take a look. And let's handle it. We'll go from there.
Can I just say I hope it's somebody that hung themselves rather than floating?
You know, I'm not sure what the right answer is to that. You got anything
That's kind of a terrible thing to say, Dave. Gosh, I hope it's someone hung themselves.
So, Cal, do you got anything in your room to use as, a blunt instrument, just in case?
I suppose I could look. Give me just 1 second. So I'm gonna look in my room to see if I can find a blunt object.
Well, given the description I gave you guys last episode, these were pretty empty rooms.
Right. Did he bring anything? I mean, you're a traveling man.
I got my camera. I got my camera stand.
Sweet. I would say come take pictures, but there was a guy in Japan that did that and he got in trouble. So let's just go take a look.
All right.
So we open the door.
All right. You open the door and you see indeed a man's body that has been hung at the center of your room from the light fixture.
Can I tell who it is?
You can. It is your good pal, George Bailey. And
man.
And you notice that not only is he hanging there with his bloated, swollen tongue hanging out of his mouth,
he's dead
while he's air dancing. His eyes have.
Believe it or not, I'm walking on air.
Oh.
And there's the line, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for watching today.
His eyes have been removed.
Oh
dear.
I see.
That would explain why he wasn't back in my room. Oh, I'm gonna get sick. I don't know what to do.
Well, first off, we're gonna cut him down. So I need you to hold his body while I jump up and cut the rope.
Can I cut the rope? Just,
You got? Oh, I mean, if you're smart enough to get it.
I mean, I can try.
So I'm going to brace the body so that he's kind of sitting on my shoulders.
Okay. As you brace his body, Clayton, the body, you grab a hold of it and the body turns as you brace it. And his hand drags across the back of your neck, producing the same feeling that you had in the porter's room downstairs of something cold and clammy dragging across your neck.
Hey, you gotta hold him.
Give me a second. Just, okay. Woosah. Okay. I will attempt to hold him.
I'm gonna assume that actually I haven't done anything yet. So, yeah, I'm gonna grab a chair, and set it up and get the knife from Clayton.
Mm-hmm.
To start hacking away at. Well, actually, is he hung, or you said he was on a chandelier, right?
He's hung, and the rope is tied to the light fixture.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna take the dagger and try to cut the rope with it.
All right. Yeah, you cut the rope easily enough, and the body collapses. It's in full rigor, so it's been dead for a while.
Right. Oh man, this poor old guy.
He was a good one.
Yep. But somebody didn't like him.
Apparently.
I need both of you to make a spot hidden for me, please.
Sure. Why not?
Nope.
Negatory Ghost Rider.
Okay.
So, question out of game. I have a cult as a thing. Would that be like history of occult stuff and understanding what I'm looking at, or like what does that do?
I mean, yeah, it would be your knowledge of anything pertaining to the occult.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna roll that in hopes that maybe my occult knowledge would know of what kind of group of individuals cut people's eyes out.
Okay. Actually, if you're trying to analyze that specifically, do you have like anatomy at all by chance?
Anatomy?
Yeah.
I got anthropology, psychosis, psychology, astronomy. I'm just reading down the list.
Okay.
Doesn't look like I do, but
do you have? Okay, go ahead and throw a medical for me then.
Sure, that worked well last time. Oh wait, medicine?
Yeah.
Okay. Nope.
15 versus 1. Actually, yeah, go ahead and roll occult. It wouldn't necessarily be for this specific scenario, but it would be for a conversation that you had earlier.
Well, that was a waste of time.
I'm trying, dude. I'm trying.
I know you are, man. I appreciate it. You're a good DM. I'm just a crappy roller.
All right.
Why don't you have us roll and then figure out what that roll would be under, and then apply it to that thing.
It doesn't work like that, man. Okay, one more quick check for me, because I'm really trying to hand you something here. Roll intelligence for me, please.
Okay.
Choo choo.
Hey man, if you don't want me to try to help you guys out, I can definitely stop giving you the choo choo if you'd like.
No, we need help.
I got something, barely.
Barely. Yeah. So in down there looking over him, because you were kind of thinking about occult stuff and trying to figure out the situation, and then you're looking at his eyes and you realize there aren't really any cut marks around his eyes. It more looks like they've been pulled out than it does cut out.
Oh. Well. Calvin?
Yeah.
These eyeballs were pulled out of his head.
Pulled out.
Yeah, pulled out.
Like with hands.
Well, possibly, maybe some sort of device. I mean, that's a terrible device, but, I mean, it only takes 3 pounds of pressure to bust the eye, so, I mean, get around it good enough, you can pull the whole thing out.
I don't know why you know that.
It's the same reason I know that the quickest way to a man's heart is actually underneath the rib cage and not the stomach.
Okay. All right.
All right. So, either way, this is not good. Somebody, I think, is sending us a message. And where are our friends?
They're in the cafeteria.
Floating in a pool of blood.
Sweet. I was asking Calvin, not the demonic creature.
No, sorry.
Voice.
Sorry. My bad.
If I'm not mistaken, they decided to stay in the cafeteria because Sarah's terrified of the dark all of a sudden.
I'm kind of terrified of this building. That being said, do you think that the authorities are still on campus?
It's hard to tell. Probably not. It feels like every time we need them, we can't find them.
It seems like Bro's the only one who knows how to find these cats.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, so this is going to sound very crude, and I don't want to dishonor George's body here, but what if we put him in a bed, cover him up, and then go get our friends and let them know what's going on? I don't want somebody to find the body.
I get that, but this is my room. This is Bro's room. Nobody should be coming in here. If anybody comes in here, they have ulterior motives.
True enough.
Let's just shut the door. Let's throw a sheet over him just out of respect. I'd say close his eyes, but that's not really needed.
As you are walking around this room, Calvin, I'd like you to make a dexterity check.
Oh, junk.
Nope. That's a failure.
You feel something cold, wet, and squishy squish up between your toes because you were ready for bed and you're not wearing shoes.
What in Sam Hill?
Are you going to look to see what it was?
I am looking down.
As you look down and lift your foot, you seem to have appear to have found one of George's eyes.
I immediately throw up.
Aye.
He failed the Constitution test.
He's like, I'm not even going to roll for Constitution. That's just wrong.
Right.
And as it turns out, Clayton was right. It takes only about 3 pounds of pressure.
True story. I did not throw up.
I can't be in here anymore.
Under 3 pounds of pressure.
Right.
And as actually, I'm going to give this to you for being such a good sport for taking that little gross little add-in I threw in there. As you look down, you look over at George's body and you notice in his other hand, he's holding his other eyeball. You can tell that this one probably fell out of his other hand as you brought him down.
Clayton, I found both of his eyes. He's holding one of them.
He's holding one.
Look.
That's unusual. Probably should have done this. Where's say word cells? Is it evident that he stood on that chair and killed himself? Or can we assume that somebody killed him?
You know,
that is a good question.
His arms and legs were not tied. And there's no chair in the middle of the room.
Right.
Except for the one I would have used to stand up on.
Exactly, which you had to pull out to get.
Okay. That's why I was like, wait a minute. All right. I mean, it doesn't look like he would have done this.
It doesn't.
We need to go find the other two.
But like I said, his hands were not tied either.
Right. So one of a couple things here, Clayton. Either A, somebody did this to him, convinced him to do this, and cleaned up after themselves, or they did this to him. Somebody did this to him. But they did it up to make it look like he had killed himself, but just forgot about the fact that he needs something to stand on. So either way, I think there's something has happened to him. Somebody's done this to him. This is not a suicide in the traditional sense.
I wouldn't think so. Let me go get my shoes and then we'll go find our friends. Maybe they have more. I don't know if they knew George any better than we did. I'm assuming not, but maybe somebody had something on him, or I don't know.
Is his stuff still in your room?
Yeah, I didn't really look. I was so exhausted.
Right.
I've been through a lot.
While we're talking, I'm pulling a sheet and I'm putting it over George's body. And so, Calvin, let's go down to your room, grab your stuff. Let's see if there's maybe he has a briefcase there in your room. And let's head out. We'll find some authorities, okay?
All right.
And I shut and lock the door.
Okay.
And then when we get back to the room, I'll look to see if any of George's stuff is there.
All of George's stuff is there.
All right.
And there is a piece of paper on the desk in the room.
I don't know why I didn't see this earlier. I pick it up and I read it.
It seems like scribblings of someone who is incredibly upset. The words they seem like rambling almost, but it says, "Nichols wants me to stay. He can't have me. Don't want to see the ghost."
I look over at Calvin. Isn't Nichols the headmaster?
Yeah, but he was at one time. He's dead now. He's the one that started all this.
Right.
The Gaudi and everything.
I want to review the letter one more time.
It says, Nichols wants me to stay. Can't. I think I wrote it down wrong. Don't want to see the ghost.
The middle line was, he can't have my body.
Yeah. I knew that. I wrote it down wrong.
I don't want to see the ghost.
Don't want to see the ghost.
Okay. We need to go. We need to go.
I would agree. Maybe we can find more information from Sarah, because she had a dream. She saw the ghost.
She did. So let's roll.
All right. Okay, grab my shoes, make sure my foot's cleaned off, no more eye gunk, and we head out.
Cue bet symbol. Doo-doo-doo.
All right, so you guys head back to Ambrose and Sarah. As you guys have been sitting in the caf, did you guys discuss anything at all?
I'm just holding on to my lamp.
Yeah, I think I'm just sort of keeping one eye on her and trying to find somewhere where I can just be comfortable and...
Your eye is in your head, yes?
Using my head?
She said your eye is in your head.
Yeah. I rip one eye out of my skull and then put it on top of her, keeping an eye on her. And just sort of just chill out and assume that I'm probably going to be spending an all-nighter.
All right. So while you guys are hanging out, and then all of a sudden you see the other two members of your party running into the cafeteria to find you.
What now?
You may want to have a seat.
I am sitting.
Guys, I'm thinking this Nichols came to George, and something has happened that has led to George being hung in my room and his eyeballs being pulled out of his head.
I'm sorry, what?
That's what we said.
Yeah, eyeballs out of the head. Actually, if you want, some of it might still be on the bottom of Calvin's foot.
Oh.
And
No,
No, thanks.
Oh, you got that all cleaned up?
absolutely. That's when I
Okay.
ran into the restroom.
Okay, sweet. So, he's dead.
But
So-
we did find a note. It kind of looked like it could have been a suicide, but I don't think it was. The note says, Nichols wants me to stay. He can't have my body. Don't want to see the ghost.
What ghost?
The ghost of Nichols, I assume.
It's not the ghost of Christmas past.
We just need to stay in rooms where it is brightly lit and everything will be all right.
Well, to be fair, the light was on in my room.
Oh, no.
Sarah, do you remember much more of your dream? Anything that could give us clues on what to do? Scullion's gone. George is dead. I haven't seen Grantley, the headmaster. I haven't seen him in a while. Ancaster's dead.
All I know is that I was trying to give him the virtues of the Dewey Decimal System, and he was insistent that tradition is important, even if it is more confusing. We had a good conversation about that. It wasn't very long, but it was a little disturbing.
Can you describe in your dream where you were?
Well, this is what I get for not taking notes.
Sarah, go ahead and Go ahead and roll a history check for me, please. Yeah, I can't help you there.
Did you not roll? Oh, no. No. It rolled it twice by accident, neither one.
And it progressively got worse.
Yeah, it did.
Keep going. Maybe it'll go around, all the way around.
Maybe.
Anyway, so yeah, you don't quite remember. Like, you know how like sometimes when you wake up from a dream, it's so vivid right when you first wake up, and by the time you get on with the day, you can't hardly remember anything.
Yes.
It's one of those situations.
That is the experience I'm having right now.
So, all right, thinking about that and sticking with tradition, it seems like everybody that has fought against tradition is wound up dead, and this is insane. But
Yes.
what if we collected the bodies and brought them back to the college?
Are you suggesting that we need to take dead bodies out in the dark and bring them here?
I'm actually more concerned with how much they squish myself.
Let's perhaps, how much longer until daylight? Perhaps we can wait just a few hours.
It's probably about 12:30 right now. Steve, what's sunrise in your area?
7-ish.
That is just a few hours. We can wait.
Clayton, you're sure nobody's going to go into your room and find George? Because I don't feel like getting in trouble. We're already in some kind of trouble, I'm sure.
I think either way, we need to tell the authorities what we found.
Well, yes, they need to let poor George's family know
But
what
I've
happened.
locked the door. The lights are off. If somebody goes in there, they're looking for me and Bro.
All right.
I don't think we should separate for the rest of this adventure that we're on together.
No.
I'm looking forward to going back to Missouri, but yeah.
Bro, you tend to be the one to find the authorities. I could sit here with Sarah, and if you and Clayton want to head out and find somebody, I don't even know what to do anymore. Or we could just sit here till daylight.
How bad is the snow?
It's getting pretty blizzard-esque at the moment.
No, I didn't bring cold weather clothes. Running all the way to the police station is going to be quite a ways, especially in these conditions.
What about the headmaster?
It's worth a shot, but I'm afraid he's probably dead too.
Do we know where Master Grantley lives?
Are we in the same building as the lecture hall?
You sure aren't.
Of course not. That make life too easy.
It's not my job to make this game easy for you, Dallas.
Yes, it is. We made a deal about that, don't you remember?
No.
Maybe we should just get comfortable and sit it out for the night, have some breakfast in the morning, and try it again.
I don't think we can get out there in that storm anyways.
No, probably not.
All right.
All right. Everybody find somewhere comfortable to rest your head for the night.
You guys hunkering down?
Yep.
Yes.
Cue the living nightmare.
I need everybody to make a psychology roll for me, please.
Sure.
I am okay.
I am not.
I have failed.
Why is it the insane one's the only one who won that roll?
Okay, Ambrose.
Yeah.
As you drift off to sleep, you see a familiar-looking old man in your dreams, and you can feel his presence there. You've seen paintings of this old man throughout campus, and he's sitting there staring at you like he's waiting for you to say something, and he's not blinking, like, at all.
Is his eyes closed, or is he just looking?
No, his eyes are open. He's just staring directly at you, like you would sit there and stare at somebody waiting for them to wake up.
Sounds
Okay.
like John has experience with this.
I look behind me to see if he's looking at something behind me.
It's just black all around you. There's no definable characteristics to where you're at. It's almost like it's
right.
a dreamscape of nothingness.
So does he look like Master Nichols?
Sure does.
Hey.
Master Nichols?
Yes, that is my name.
Very nice to meet you, sir.
Mm-hmm. And you? May I have your name, please?
My name is Ambrose Lewis. You can call me Bro.
Okay.
I noticed he didn't threaten the ghost.
I don't know. It's a ghost. I'm dreaming.
Bro, where I appreciate what his initial intentions were, you need to stop the porter.
Stop him from what?
It's almost like he didn't hear you ask the question. He's like, I don't have time to give details. Just, you need to stop him. Tradition is one thing, but reputation, well, that's something completely different. That is more important than tradition.
All right. So how could I stop him best, do you think?
You know, put the pieces together. And then you wake up, and it's morning.
Oh. How's the snow?
It's pretty deep. You probably got about 2 feet of it overnight.
Oh, one of those storms. It's like every other Tuesday in December. Okay. Is everyone else still sleeping?
You are the first to wake, correct?
All right. I'm gonna just sort of go to the washroom, splash some water on my face, slick my hair back.
Splash, splash, splash.
And there's a kitchen here.
Downstairs, yes.
Downstairs. All right, I'm gonna head down to the kitchen.
All right.
See if anyone is down there yet.
There are people down there, but the door to because you can hear people, but the door to the actual kitchen is locked.
Okay. Does anyone look like they are kitchen people? The kitchen staff?
Make an appraise roll for me, please.
No.
You can't tell.
Okay. All right. I approach them, probably the largest group, and say, "Excuse me, gentlemen, ladies, whoever's there. Is breakfast going to be anytime soon?"
Well, they no, not here today anyway. You'd have to go off campus to get your food for this for today. They're spending the whole day getting ready for the Gaudi tomorrow. So,
all right, there's about 2 feet of snow outside.
Yeah, I know, but the Gaudi's a big deal, and so we gotta get our prep work done for that, and we're gonna be spending the whole day and this evening cooking for it. So.
So is there a way to get off campus to get some food, or is it just walking through 2 feet of snow?
Yeah, probably.
And any more information about that way?
I mean, that's how we had to get to work. We had to walk through the snow. I don't know. Maybe hire yourself a taxi.
Taximeter cab? Do you have them up here?
Well, like I think are you from England? I think they called them a hansom over there, if that makes sense to you.
No, I'm from Arkansas, lad.
Oh. Well, shoot. Just flag down someone with a carriage. See if they'll take you.
All right, thank you very much, and happy Christmas, everyone.
Yep.
I'll walk back up to other people.
Okay.
See if anyone's awake yet.
Is anybody awake yet?
I was only half asleep, so as soon as he walked out, I woke up, but I did not move. I'm just enjoying the brightness of the day.
Nope, I'm out.
I start stirring.
So the ball's back in your course, Ambrose.
Hey, they're not cooking breakfast here, so they say if we want to eat, we need to go off campus. I don't think anybody knows about what's going on.
Well, that probably means nobody's been in my room, which is a good thing.
And there's 2 feet of snow outside, so unless we can hustle up a taximeter cab or another carriage, we're going to be ill-suited for this task.
Well, if they're cool with me taking over the kitchen, I cook up some stuff.
It's locked.
Well, that's fun. Well, do they give any idea where the headmaster might be?
I didn't ask.
Well, let's head over to the headmaster's place. And let's see if can't get some traction on, the dead person in my room.
All right.
Work out the breakfast that way. If nothing else, this dead body will make you lose the need for breakfast.
You gotta keep your energy up, though, right?
Sure.
Are we gonna start heading out, everyone?
Sure.
Calvin.
Yeah.
Hobbs needs you. Let's go.
I love my tiger.
I get it.
What are we doing?
We're gonna head over to the. I'm gonna head over to the headmaster.
All right. Up and at 'em, I suppose.
I'll tell you what. How about you and I do that? And bro.
Yeah.
And Sarah, why don't y'all try to get us a taxi so we can get some food somewhere?
That sounds like a plan. I do well with driving horses, after all.
No. No, thank you. Appreciate the offer.
But I've read more in a book.
I've wrecked more since you read the book.
All right. So, you guys trying to collect my thoughts here on who's doing what. Clayton and Calvin, you guys head to the office building.
Yes.
And it is still locked.
What time is it?
It is probably about 8 in the morning.
This is unusual. Can we look in through the windows?
Yeah. Actually, as you walk around the building looking through the windows, you notice that the windows in one specific room has been busted out.
Oh, that's not good.
No, but it's a way in, and, well, we should probably, well, I don't know, maybe we shouldn't go in.
Well, take a look. Do you see anything in there?
Let me look.
So you're going into the room now?
Yeah, sure.
All right. You go into the room. It is the office of the headmaster. And you see some... The whole room's wet, obviously, because the windows... It looks like the window's been busted open all night through the snowstorm. And you do pick up a little bit, some blood spray going across one of the walls.
I think somebody's dead in here again.
Oh, come on out.
There's no body in there, though.
Well, there was somebody dead in here, maybe. All right. So I guess I'll just climb back out of the
window?
The window, yeah.
Okay. At this point of the show, I'm ready just to run away. Everyone's dying, guys.
Have you been able to flag down any type of vehicle?
Yeah, you guys were able to flag down a taxi.
Oh,
and where are they taking you?
To food.
Well, first to the police department to let them know about what's going on here, and then from there, hopefully we'll be able to get somewhere lodgings in town because I don't want to stay here anymore.
I agree.
So why don't we head over and pick up the boys, and then we'll head out.
Okay.
Mr. Cabby, please stay here. We will be right back.
No, we'll take the cab with us to there.
Well, so how far did we have to go to get the cab?
I imagine we were right outside the building and we were able to flag one down.
We can't take it inside.
No, or drive it the 100 or so feet to the other building.
Oh, so, I see.
Yeah, and then one of us can wait in the cab while the other goes in.
This way, sir. This way.
Drags the other two kicking and screaming out, and then head down to head downtown.
All right, so I guess they join you in the cab, and you guys are going where to first? Police
station.
All right.
Popo.
All right. You come to the police station, and you go into there. Lady behind the guy. Yeah.
It's you again.
Do you happen to have any relations with scales?
Have you been born of dragons? We were staying at the university. Is it a university or just a college?
It's a college.
It's a college. We were staying at the college for the Gaudi, and there have been some things happening in there that aren't right. So a couple of people have died. So
they always have dead bodies at the Gaudi. It's just how it is.
No, these are fresh. These are fresh.
It's fresh people who have recently died. So if the police could go over there and check them out, I'd let them know the name of the hall that we're in. I suppose it has a name, but I don't know if you said it. Mm-hmm. So we're going to try to stay in town, maybe find a hotel, maybe at the King's Head, to stay until we can clear everything up. But that's about all I can tell you right now.
Okay. So you want me to send somebody to pick up a dead body?
Multiple dead bodies. So might be the type of thing where the police need to go and do their police.
Well, you said there's the one that's in the dorm room, and then where's the other one?
There's the dorm room. There's where was the other one? Help me out, fellas.
What happened to Ancaster's body?
He was in the cafeteria, and the headmaster had said he was going to go to the police to have it picked up.
Right. Did you guys pick up another body yesterday? Fresh one?
You talking about Ancaster?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, he died of poisoning. We think it was probably an accident, being as he was drinking out of a specimen jar.
Yeah, that was the thing. When we were trying to find the headmaster. Headmaster seems to be disappeared, and we looked in his window, and blood just thrown across the room, like they just slaughtered a pig in there. So that's a thing.
You didn't actually go in the room, so you don't actually know that.
Calvin told me. I was there. He was telling me what's happening.
Sure. Yeah.
And the way I described it is there was a little bit of blood spray on a wall. So
That's okay.
Okay. Well, we'll have him take a look at that when we send somebody over there then.
Sounds good.
Is there anything else I can do for you today?
Where can I get a breakfast burger?
What is a breakfast burger?
It's cow, and then there's egg, and then some nice chopped up potato.
That sounds terrible.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I don't know. Must be a southern thing. We don't have nothing like that up here.
I'm from Missouri, so it's not really south. It's kind of like Midwestern.
It's south from where we're at.
Well, I mean, that's the case, Yeah.
Listen, son, this is not a restaurant. This is the police station. If you need help, I can provide you with that. Outside of that, your culinary needs are on your own.
Well, okay then.
I suppose the authorities could get in touch with us at the hotel if we're going to be staying there, right?
If they need to.
Is there another hotel in town?
Other than the King's Head?
Yes.
No.
Thank you very much. You have a fantastic Christmas.
Have a quality day, sir.
All right. And also, where's the nearest place to get something to eat?
She gives you some directions. I don't know.
All right.
I don't want to RP another meal with you, Steve.
Oh man. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hand the taxi cab person $10 and let them know that I'd like to have them just on retainer for the day, or at least until after we get out of get out of breakfast, so we can get a ride back to the place there.
All right,
So,
he's like, you got it.
I'm sure $10 at that time. Actually, let me do a quick check. Okay, $10 in 1925 was the equivalent of about $150.
Mm-hmm.
So I would just say, okay, just wait for us, and we're at least going to need a ride back to the King's Head. So if you could just wait for us, and then and we could actually bring you out something if you want to have a little something for breakfast, and then we can head over.
You're the boss.
All right, we go in and get breakfast.
All right. And then what?
Then we eat it.
Okay.
Nom 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 nom.
I don't know if there's so much conversation going to be having breakfast.
Right. I would assume we just go back to the hotel and wait.
Okay. Sounds good.
Steve's like, I just spent $10, guys. Come on, make it worthwhile.
Be impressed, guys. I had $10 in 1925.
Big banking.
All right, then we would head back over.
All right, you guys get back to the hotel and get checked in, and then what?
I spend a good 30 minutes turning on all the lights.
30 minutes. Yeah, I guess. Is there a room big enough for 3 of us?
You guys are all going to stay in the same suite.
I would imagine the men would stay in one suite and the young lady would have her own.
Okay. She does some finagling, and yeah, they can do that.
Okay.
It is going to cost probably about $20.
$20?
Dude, you're getting
I know,
getting
I'm
a
joking.
large suite, man.
It's a joke. I give them the $20, and I say, if you fellers ever have the wherewithal to pay me back, go ahead, but don't worry about it.
Well, thank you.
I guess we're just going to settle in until the police want to talk to us if they want to. And if they don't, then I imagine we would head home when the snow gets lower. Unless John wants to do anything with us before then.
Wow. You guys are just going to put it on me to get to drive you guys, huh? I mean, I can.
Well, what do you want us to do? I mean, that's what we would do. What would you do?
Is anybody keeping watch on the campus at all?
No, I don't think so.
I mean, we're not on campus, are we?
Can I see it from my window?
The King's Head is literally across the street from the college, so
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'd be looking out there, seeing for cops to show up and hoping for, Skeletor to come busted out and handcuffed and everything.
All right. Yeah, as you're watching, the police never show up.
Oh.
All right.
Well, that is not good.
About what time do I realize this?
Let's see here. You guys, it was about 8 o'clock when you guys were on campus, tooling around town a little bit. It's probably about 2 in the afternoon by the time. You guys got probably about 2.5 hours left of daylight.
Clayton, were you supposed to speak at 5?
Yeah, I was.
Do you think they're still having the speaking engagements?
As crazy as this college is, more than likely. People are just dying to see these speeches.
Perhaps we should head back to the campus. Because they are, I assume, paying us for this.
I don't like the fact that you're right.
Well, I'm sorry, but at the moment I'm logical.
I mean, it's very possible that the authorities showed up and we just happened to miss them. Came in the back way.
Is there a back way in the college?
I don't know, just being positive.
Positivity without fact is not very helpful.
I still have the knife on me, so I feel confident to stab somebody in the eye if I need to.
Assuming they still have their eyes.
Oof. Well, I mean, if not, then they'll be on the floor. I can just stab them on the floor. Much easier to reach.
Well, how about this? What if we go and we check and see if George's body's still there, and then if you're going to do your speech, we could get there in plenty of time.
That sounds like a great plan. Let's make that happen.
Let me grab the lantern. Hold, please.
I love that you're just carrying it everywhere.
Yes. Never know when the dark might find you.
Okay, so y'all head back and take a look at that dorm room, and it is just as you guys left it.
Huh. Still a body.
Oh, George.
That's not good.
All right, so they definitely didn't show up, or at least they missed this part. But
I would think that picking up a dead body would be kind of priority for them.
You would think so. How much preparation you got to do for your talk?
I'm pretty legit. I'm pretty got it all down.
All right. We got time to maybe check Scullion's room. I'm trying to find things to do to help us out and solve what's going on here.
Right. Let's go check it out.
All right, so you guys head back down to the porter's room.
Yes.
The door's wide open.
Oh, good.
Is there still baking soda all over the floor?
There is, and people have walked through it.
Can we tell? Well, it had to be I would assume it's the people who were in charge of being here to take care of things. Right?
What if we look in the rooms we weren't able to look at? last night since it was so dark.
You were really able to look into them last night. You guys just chose not to.
It was dark.
Well, to be fair, we didn't have a light source without blowing up the room.
So you guys reopen that one door to that dark room, and are you guys going to go into there, or is that what you're doing? Is looking into that room? I just realized I said you were doing it without you guys telling me that.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. You guys open up that door, and it's a bedroom, but there are pictures that have been glued all over the walls.
Do they have eyes?
They do.
Okay.
They are pictures of corpses.
Oh.
Specifically those of the masters, the Grand Masters, the four.
Now, you say corpses, is like Weekend at Bernie's type of pictures, or?
They are just pictures of, like, at the Gaudi.
Okay, then.
So less creepy than it at first sounded.
Well, I mean, they are pictures of dead bodies.
Well, these are the same people that pull them out for a party.
This is true. And and over the headboard of the bed, you have the word tradition written.
This guy's a bit obsessed.
And all of this is brand new. Like, it looks like it was just put there.
Well then, guys. Let's check the other rooms.
Yeah, of course. So we've checked the main room that you walk into. We checked this room and another room. So there is one more room left, I think, or two.
I thought there were 4 rooms altogether.
There are 4
main
rooms.
room, then there's 4 rooms off that.
No, you got the main room and then the bedroom that you were just in, and you got 2 other rooms.
Okay.
And the kerosene was in the main room?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I guess I was a little off. So yeah, let's check the other 2 rooms.
You find a kitchen and a bathroom.
Anything spectacular about those?
I mean, it's a kitchen and a bathroom.
Is the toilet seat at least down?
No.
Oh, They put the toilet paper on the wrong way.
Oh,
This guy
That's
is
it.
nuts.
burn the building down. I'm done.
He is a roll under type.
No.
Oh, time to burn the building.
Wow, I'm losing sanity.
Let's just burn the building and call it done.
So obviously it seems like Scullion's behind all of this. Am I wrong?
Well, yeah.
We just need to find him.
Yes. Yes, we do. The question is, where would he be right now?
The cellar under the hotel.
That is not a good place to go.
That's where the bodies are. I don't
Yeah.
want to go down there either, but it just
Going to
kind of
be dark.
makes sense.
Out of
It's
game.
dark.
Did Bro ever tell us his dream?
Nope.
Okay. Didn't want to do anything meta.
It is going to be dark.
All right, so we need to stop Skellington.
Skellington. I am Jack, the Pumpkin King.
Is that Mr. Santa Claus?
All right, what time is it now in game?
When you guys left the hotel, it was about 2:30. Now it's probably about 3:15.
Okay.
Getting dark.
Can we
Getting
hurry
very
this
dark.
along?
I have a wild idea.
All right.
What if we just burn the bodies ourselves?
Did I have that idea before? I feel like I had that idea before. Maybe I thought it and never said it, but I had that idea.
I mean, I'm game for it.
Perhaps you thought it before you stepped on the eyeball.
Yeah, don't remind me.
Where would we find a cremation place?
No.
No.
You could just set the buildings on fire.
I mean, that's quite the fire.
It's a good party.
I don't
Lots
think
of
we
light.
want to. I don't think we want to set things on fire. That's arson.
And we're dealing with murder right now.
Right. And also would be dealing with all the evidence inside for finding out who did this stuff. So if we destroy that as well, that'll be a bad thing.
But it also would destroy the evidence of our arson.
I don't think arson's a good choice right now.
Okay, then.
So what if we just found the headmaster? Because he would know where the crematorium would have been, because that's where Tom was going to take the bodies to begin with.
Well,
That be sort of tipping him off?
No,
Well-
we're friends with the headmaster. He won't do that.
I thought he was a bad guy.
No. Headmaster was a good guy. Ish. Well, I mean, they're all relative. They're all relative.
We've got to stop Scullion one way or the other. And obviously he's nowhere to be found. Unless he's getting ready for your speech or something like that.
Yeah. Are there any notes or anything written around in this place that, like, conveniently tell us where he's at?
Make a spot hidden.
Failed.
Not that you're aware of.
Sweet. Okay. Well, he may be out there. He may be getting ready for the thing. I mean, again, that's part of his job. You guys want to just head over there?
Well, since arson is out of the question, why not?
Let's go.
So where are you guys going?
Going to the lecture hall.
Lecture hall.
The lecture hall. Okay, you go to the lecture hall, and there is somebody talking in the lecture hall currently.
What are
Anything
they
interesting?
lecturing on?
Who is it?
They are lecturing on the harmful effects of comic books on the adolescent mind and how they promote violence.
Do we happen to see Headmaster Grantley anywhere?
You don't.
Do we see Scullion anywhere?
You don't.
Well, should we check out the main office one more time?
I kind of feel like we're running around in circles, and
Well, my fear here is that we're going to have to go into that broken window that you and I saw, and we saw the blood.
right. Well, it's getting closer to time for you to speak. I mean, bro, if you're all right with it, I could take you back over there and we could investigate. I'm not real thrilled about digging through a room full of snow and blood.
Well, me neither. But if that's what we want to do, I guess that's what we'll do.
I mean, I feel like that's the best thing to do. The authorities ain't doing nothing, so...
All right, let's give it a try.
All right, Sarah, you coming with us, or you staying with Clayton?
I think I shall stay with Clayton.
All right. Well, bro, we better get going before it starts getting too dark and we can't see nothing.
All right.
Dark.
Said the magic word.
Hmm.
All right, we head over.
All right, you guys head over to the office. There is a piece of plyboard, or not plyboard, but the broken window has since been boarded up.
Okay.
Well, ain't that convenient? Nobody want to do nothing about nothing else, and somebody boards this up. Wonderful.
Well,
Looks like a little breaking and entering might be in our future.
breaking and entering. But I guess we could just check to see if anything's loose or, unlocked. Give it a good little kick to see if it's secure and all.
Sure enough, you got them running legs from your baseball days, so I'll let you give them a kick.
I'll just give them, a little tap if I need to.
What are you kicking?
Well, if we need to, we're going to check doors and windows to see if anything's open before we do the breaking and entering. So do you want us to
Spot hidden.
spot that hidden? Hey, I spotted some hidden.
There's a side employees only entrance that appears to be unlocked.
Hey, over here.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I opened it a crack. See if there's anyone moving around in there.
Nope, the office appears to be pretty empty.
All right, I open it up.
The dude's office?
I opened the door to get inside the building.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. All right, where to now?
All right, so, yeah, spacing. We were looking for Headmaster Grantley. This is his office, correct?
Well, this is the building that his office is in.
Okay. Let's go find Headmaster Grantley's office. and maybe he's there.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
All right. You guys know the way because you've been there before.
Yep.
As you get to the office and you open the door, someone has cleaned up the office.
This looks nothing like it did this morning when I was the last time I was in here.
Yeah, from what you told me.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe we should just look around, check for notes. We got to find something.
All right. Let's see. What should we be looking for? Notes, Scullion, Grantley.
See if Grantley had any other plans to stop Scullion.
Why would they be in note form?
Who knows? Things are weird around this place.
Does he have like a desk calendar or anything?
He does.
Anything that I can glean from that?
Just the ongoings of this week, and listed for tomorrow, it says no gaudy if bodies.
I'd like to check his desk drawers.
All right.
You looking for anything in particular?
That's good.
Anything really mentioning, I don't know. So I'm kind of thinking out of game here. So we kind of know what his plan was already. I feel like I'm leading us down a rabbit trail that's not going anywhere. See, and that's where I'm getting lost, because I know that there's something obvious that we're just not looking at, and
Right.
I'm not figuring out what it is.
It would be better if we were not as scrupulous as we are, because then we could just like conk people over the head, and
You are the scrupulous one, dear.
I wanted to burn the building down.
Why don't you guys conk me over the head? See anything in the desk?
You see a big old statue of a fish that's painted red. It appears to be a heron.
For a second, I'm like, Dagon?
We ain't finding nothing here. I'm totally at a loss, but I'm thinking, I don't know.
Well,
I'm losing my mind.
I think maybe we should go to the vice headmaster, McGuffin, and see if he's got anything for us.
No such person.
No McGuffin? Really?
Nope. Yep.
All right. I guess maybe we should head back to the other two.
All right. By the time that you guys got done searching it and came to that conclusion, it's past the time that Clayton is done talking. Clayton, go ahead and roll a performance.
Intelligence?
Yeah, we'll go with education.
Hey, I got a hard success.
You had a very successful talk.
Yes. It was a strenuous talk about zeppelins and night and music. In the midst of the talk, did I see Skeleton?
With the spotlights on you, you had a hard time seeing anybody out in the crowd.
Sweet. What about Sarah?
Are you playing her character?
No, it was an enthralling talk. But I'm also testing my lantern to make sure it works.
So you didn't see if you saw Skeleton?
No,
Scullion.
I would have been fidgeting with the lantern.
So, but by the end, and you're kind of coming off the stage, you see the other two approaching you.
You guys find anything?
No,
We
just a
did not.
big red fish. But I don't know. I'm at a loss. I'm thinking maybe burning the bodies ain't a bad idea.
Either way, all roads lead into that basement, don't they?
I'm thinking so.
Well, we got two options. We can either just go now, or wait till morning time.
I say we
do
go
it
now.
Let's go now.
Let's kick in the door.
All right. So
You're
you
off to
guys
see the summer.
are going to the Lion's Head, and it is dark out.
Is my lantern working?
Yes,
It's the lion's head.
Okay.
the King's Head. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
So you guys are heading towards the cellar. You guys see a figure shambling towards the King's Head as well, and it looks over at you and it points that direction like it's telling you go that way.
Go towards the lion's head or the king's head?
Yes.
Can we tell who this creature is?
Well, right now it's just a shadow off in the darkness, but if you really want to take a closer look,
Yeah, let's do that.
were you being serious? Were you being serious, Steve?
Yeah.
All right. You guys get closer. Sarah, are you following them?
Yes. Is my lantern working?
Yes. And as you illuminate that darkness, you see the least decomposed corpse of a late headmaster.
Oh, hello.
It's a
That-
fresh one.
Its lips have rotted away, and so you see it's like in a permanent grin, and it just keeps pointing towards the King's Head.
Well, isn't
Like-
that lovely?
All right, guys. I guess this is the way.
This is the way.
I don't think this is the way.
Perhaps we should take loose lips over here at his word and go that way.
Yeah.
And I need everybody who actually looked at the walking corpse, minus Sarah and Calvin, because they've already seen this before. Actually, you know what? I take it back. Clayton has seen the corpse, moving corpse before too, because he just didn't take sanity for it.
Haha.
It would just be Bo.
So yeah, go ahead
Bro.
and make a sanity roll for me, please.
Wah, wah.
Oofa. All right.
Lufa?
Rolled it again, got 100.
The more you roll, the worse it gets. Perhaps you should stop.
No, it's
All right.
106.
So you take 9 points of sanity damage,
All right.
and you get temporarily insane as well. You are terrified of seeing more corpses at this point. You can't deal with that idea. You know, you kind of had your doubts about walking corpses to begin with, but now this is one step over the line.
All right,
Yeah.
that's it, boys. I'm out of here. I'm gone. See you
Bro.
later.
Bro.
I'm walking away.
Bro, we need you back here, man.
Have a good time digging up corpses and stuff. See you later.
Not digging, bro. They're right here.
All right, see you. Catch you later.
We need you. I'm gonna roll
Just
some
walking
college.
away. Just walking away.
I had a
Dude,
hard system.
you haven't said anything for that yet, though.
Dang
So
it, Bobby.
you RP that out, and I'll let you have that roll.
All right. Bro, we need you here. Think about this, man. Sarah's going in there with us. All right? Now, you are a man who is very honorable. You're a man who would not want to see this young lady hurt at all. Now, she's going in with or without you, and it would haunt you to the rest of your day. You will become a walking corpse if you found out something happened to her because you ran off.
I'm not running off. I'm walking off. And she can come with me.
So you're going to walk away from her?
No.
You're going in there with them and those corpses.
I have my lantern.
It's your choice, bro.
So am I able to overcome my sanity and do that?
Yeah, if that's what you want to do. You have player agency at this juncture. He rolled a hard success on his psychology with talking you out of your temporary insanity. So at this juncture, it's whatever you want to do with your character.
Fine, Clayton, but if anything happens to any of us, it's on your head.
Well, if anything happens to us, I don't think we're going to have heads. If that makes you feel better.
Shut up and lead on.
Hi ho, Silver.
Okay, so you guys
That was
make
all
it.
in game, by the way. I don't want
No,
to make
I
anybody mad. I almost never tell people to shut up, so I just.
So Anyway,
Sorry.
Steve is the most overly polite person I know.
I apologize for that.
He's from Canada.
Not from Canada. Actually, you know what? Some of my people are from Canada, Newfoundland, so I take that back.
It's in the book.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, you guys get to the King's Head, and as you get to the cellar door, you hear raised voices, or a raised voice on the inside, saying something to the effect of, "No respect for tradition, and so now you will either accept your role and give your body, or you will die in the place where you would have existed."
Okay.
Well,
Knock
that sounds
the
like
door down.
I look at everyone and say, "Kicking it down, boys."
Let's do it.
I
All
pull
right.
up the knife.
Kick the door down.
You kick the door down, and you see a dark basement. And you hear some scrambling down coming from below.
Where's that light?
I have it right here. And she's shakily holding it.
All right. Can we see anything with the light that she's got?
Just looking down the stairwell there, and into the earthen floor, but you don't see much past that, given the angle that you're at.
But we hear things. Can I roll on listen?
Well, like I said, once you kicked the door and you heard a bunch of shuffling around.
Okay. But did it sound like people shuffling papers, shuffling cards?
No, it sounded like a person shuffling to a different position in the room.
Oh, okay. All right. And there's no light source inside the basement.
Correct.
All right.
Okay.
Clayton,
Yep.
you got the knife. You should probably go first.
That's what I'm doing.
Sarah, you should be right behind him so he can see what he's stabbing.
I am here.
You can
Scullion,
do it.
where you at?
Must you yell?
You hear no response.
Come on, Scullion. We're tired of your tradition.
Are you going down?
I'm going down.
All
I
right.
might need a fix. Because he is going down.
He's going down in an earlier round. But Sugar, he's going down swinging. Anyway, so you go down there, and in the middle of the room, you don't see any of the headmasters down there. But you do see, well, that is with the exception of Master Grantley, who has been severely beaten and tied to a chair and gagged with a dirty bandana.
Oof.
Sir, are you all right?
And as you look under the chair, you see a contraption that has a tank of some fluid in it and several wires sticking out of it.
Oh.
That's not good.
And a similar acrid smell on the air as what you smell in the porter's apartment.
All right. Keep the fire away from it. Let's get him out of here.
All right.
I take the gag out of his mouth and start untying him.
Well, as you approach him, you hear a click coming from behind you, and the voice says,
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
I turn around. Say anything?
you see the porter standing there with several arcane symbols carved all over his body and a 45 pointed at your head.
Is he in melee range?
No.
Okay. I put my hands up.
Scullion, what are you doing?
This man was going to destroy the tradition of the college. He was going to destroy the only means by which the Grand Master can truly live eternal.
Do you really think this is what he wants?
Of course it's what he wants. He requested his body. He told me about it. He had the dream that all masters have, but he so selfishly declined.
But look at what you're doing to the school.
We're not at the school, and the masters are safe. They're all prepped and set up for the Gotti.
What's the point of the Gotti if the school is destroyed because of this junk?
The school, it won't be destroyed. It'll be this worthless 10-cent flop house.
Do what?
You're in the hotel basement.
Oh, right.
You're not at the school.
Right. I'm slowly walking towards him. I've put the knife back behind me. In my back of my belt.
Mm-hmm. Make a sleight of hand check.
Ah, failed it.
And what do you have there, Mr. Clayton?
I'm putting the blade away. I'm putting my hands up in the air. Now look, we may be in this gaudy looking hotel right here, but all this goes back to the school. You have dead bodies all over that campus. You have blood all over that campus, and people are already talking. The police know about what's happening.
Mouths can be silenced. It's all for the glory of the college. The headmaster will make sure that no harm will come to me.
I kind of look at the rest of the gang like, anybody else want to help in? Anybody else want to chime in?
I think you may be on your own. He seems quite insane.
I'd like everybody to make a listen check.
Fail.
So good.
Fail. No one listened to nothing.
All right, no one heard anything.
All right,
Nope.
I'm gonna take a step towards them.
He turns and points the gun at you again. No closer.
How
How far
close
are-
am I to him?
You're probably about 5 feet away.
5 feet away.
How about me?
Probably 7.
How far is Calvin?
He is further yet. Like no one's in melee if that's what you guys are checking.
Yeah.
5 feet isn't. So if I took one more step, could I be in melee range?
You might, but you're going to be racing a gun that is aimed at you.
If he shoots. If it's loaded.
Oh,
And I did say it's a 45, and I do know a 45 is bad juju.
Yeah. 45. It's not so good. Did 45s exist back then?
Yes. That I am aware of because I have one in a will for me, waiting for me when my dad kicks the bucket.
Wow.
Well.
So I keep telling my dad to hurry up and die, but he won't listen to me.
Nice. Keep digging that will. All right. I say, well, you might be able to get us, but what about that other guy that's up the stairs?
And actually, as you say that, you hear a groan and some thumping as this corpse runs across the room. This is what I was having you guys do a listen check for.
Oh,
As he runs and Supermans into this guy, he turns and shoots his gun, and I need everybody to make a dodge roll.
Apparently nobody can afford a Dodge.
Everybody gets shot.
I got a Pinto.
Everybody gets shot.
So now I need to figure out a direction for this bullet to go because everybody failed. So no matter where it goes, somebody is going to get hit.
It's a lot of failures, man.
I'm sorry.
Okay, Dallas, you
That's
are
me.
1 through 25. Or I'm
Okay.
sorry, you are 0 through 24.
0 through 24.
Celeste, you are 24 through
25 through 49.
Yeah, 25 through 49.
okay.
50 through
Dave?
74.
Dave, you are 50 through 74, and Steve, you are the remaining.
75 through 99.
Oh,
Oh,
No, that's me.
that's you, Steve.
Dearly beloved, we're gathered here to remember
Barely.
our dear friend.
All right.
So now I need to find out how much damage a 45 will do.
A lot.
45?
I bet you it's gonna hurt.
At least it won't hurt you.
That's true, but it hurts me that you got hurt.
It's going to hurt you a lot more than it hurts me.
Lies.
You take 7 points of physical damage as this bullet punctures your torso. What's your life at?
2.
Yeah, you are bleeding out on the floor. You're going to need some help soon.
My unconscious, major wound.
Oh, you are wounded majorly.
In relationship to them, it was like, where am I? Like, am I-
Um,
is his back facing me?
Well, he just got tackled onto the floor by this corpse. So,
Oh, good.
you guys are going to need to make a determination who you're going to address at this situation.
Right. I'm gonna yell out because everyone else seems to be better at medical than I am.
Not me. Maybe.
This would be a first aid situation, by the way, not so much medical.
I'm great at first aid.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna run up.
Success! Wow.
Oh, nice. Never mind.
So Sarah runs up to Bro and manages to stop the bleeding best she can. She takes the base of the lantern she's been carrying around and uses it to cauterize the wound.
It doesn't hurt a bit.
Okay, so that's one person handled. What are the other two of you doing?
Just quick glance. Does it look like the corpse is mauling skeleton into death, or skeleton, whatever it is?
You can't tell at this point. Everything is moving very fast. He's starting to swing the gun around again to try to crack off another shot.
I'm gonna.
This is all quick reaction stuff right here.
I'm gonna run up real quick and try to grab the gun from his hand and stab him at the same time.
Okay. So we'll use your handgun skill to pull the gun from his hand.
I failed.
What were you rolling against?
20.
Okay. And then to stab him.
Stabby.
Stabbity.
We'll just say, being as he is down a prone target, this isn't going to be a hard target. I need you to roll 1d8 plus 1, please.
Okay.
Over here.
So as you dive down onto him, this wasn't what you were intending to do, but it gets the job done. You kind of trip with the dagger pointed down, and you land with the dagger going down into his eye.
Oh, good.
And it punctures his, it goes into his brain. He kind of gives a quick convulsion, and then he lies limp on the floor.
All right. I'm going to get up and back up quickly because there's a corpse still there that's getting wild, apparently. And,
the corpse stopped moving.
Oh, good. I'm going to get up and I'm going to look down at the body and go, all right, I'll see you later. It's time to go, guys.
I'm going to need some help with Mr. Ambrose here.
Untie Grantley.
I
get him safe. The stuff still might explode.
I untie Grantley.
Okay. You hear a ticking sound coming from below the chair.
Are there wires?
There's a lot of wires.
Sweet.
Um,
Can we? Let's try to get out, guys.
Can I move? Can I get up?
You are going to need assistance getting out.
Okay.
Help?
You took a 45 to the gut. You're probably going to be in the hospital for a long while after this, and probably on a colostomy bag for the rest of your life.
All right, cool. So
I run up to the
spring training is right out.
Probably. I yell at Calvin. Calvin.
Yeah.
You help Sarah try to get Bro out of here. Is Grantley walkable?
Yeah, he's beaten, but he's not nowhere near as hurt as Ambrose is.
All right, I'm gonna run to the door and make sure it's not locked.
Nope, not locked at all. Actually, it's still wide open from when the corpse came in.
Sweet. All right, let's go. I grab Grantley and help him walk out a little bit.
Yep.
All right, Clay, tell people in the hotel to get out. It might explode.
Working on that. Let's get out.
So once you guys get to a safe enough area away from the hotel, you hear a large boom.
No.
And the entire basement is just a giant blaze.
Were the corpses of the masters still in there?
No, they were not. With the exception of the one that had tackled the porter.
Throw all the other corpses of all the other masters. No, I don't say that.
All right. So.
This is where the end of the narrative happens, as you guys gazing upon the flames as the king's head begins to burn. The night is remembered as a terrible tragedy, as about 13 people who were in that hotel ended up dying of fire-related injuries, although the remaining 36 who were in there did happen to make it out. Given your guys' you guys were able to coalesce on a story to explain what exactly had happened that doesn't make you guys sound absolutely insane.
Good.
Basically, you had painted the porter as being some psychotic serial killer who was obsessed with tradition and saw challenges to this obsession everywhere that he went, and he just snapped. A couple years after the fact, the Gaudi gets canceled on a permanent basis. The corpses are no longer trotted out. Although there are still tales of dreams of the headmaster Nichols every so often on campus. Those never seem to go away. As far as the four of you, though, I'll allow you guys to come up with your own epilogue for your characters. Well, let's start with Bro after getting shot in the gut.
I spend a lot of time recuperating in the hospital, and I meet a young lady, a nice nurse, and she takes care of me, helps nurse me back to health, and then when I'm able to get out of there, I take the money that I still had from my baseball career, and we retire down somewhere in Arkansas and have 13 babies. I just looked at the magic point number that I had that I didn't use, and I just used that. I don't know.
So, all right.
And named them all with the letter A.
All right.
Their names are Abigail, Amelia, Anne, Addison, Aurelius, Augustus, Almeida, Andrew, Albert, Ambrose Jr., Arthur, Adelia, and Aurelia.
Okay. All right. And Clayton.
Yeah. Clayton, shaken visibly from this whole event.
But not stirred.
Heads off back home to recover back in small town Ash Grove. He catches wind that there's some stirrings taking place on the world stage again, the military, and re-enlists. And he goes off and becomes a test pilot for the United States' most modern flying machines, helping to fight on the war effort, and dies overseas, never seen him again.
That's true.
Or does he?
All right. Sarah. Miss Sarah Hotep.
Miss Sarah Hotep returns to Tulsa and has found that she can no longer stand to be in the library, so she begins to teach high school, which may be a level of insanity all its own.
All right. And then finally, Calvin.
After this whole debacle, Calvin goes back to where he was living in Illinois, packs everything up, and decides he's going to stay back home with the love of his life in Galveston. And he starts writing novels based on kind of this psychological horror, and they don't sell well because It's very
buy stuff like
occult-like.
that?
Right. Nobody would buy stuff like that in this day and age. But it makes him feel good, and he continues as a photojournalist. Not very successful, but definitely never going to forget this moment. It has shaped his entire life, or the rest of it at least.
See, when you said he went down to Texas, I thought you were going to morph him into being Robert E. Howard, and I'm like, oh, that's so good.
Maybe
All right, everybody. Well, I want to thank everyone at home for listening. I know this is probably about the longest episode that we've ever done. But I really wanted to finish it because I wanted the next episode to get back into the swing of our D&D game and let Dave's character finally make his appearance. So that being said, does anybody have anything quick that they want to hawk or promote?
My 13 different podcasts that I'm doing, apparently.
Yeah, you guys all know our podcast. Go like, subscribe, and please subscribe, like, and give a review. Here, we're tossing around the idea of reading 5-star reviews at the end of episodes. So if that's something you're interested in, start putting those out there because we're probably going to do it. And look for a Patreon coming soon to a podcast near you. Until then, hope you enjoyed this little foray into Call of Cthulhu. I know I did. And if enough of you liked it out there, maybe we'll revisit it again someday. Until then, we'll see you guys next time.
Later.
Peace.
Way to pull it all together, John. You've been listening to the Playing Games with Strangers podcast, a Supersonic Pod Comics production featuring the voices of J.S. Earls, Catherine Serwinski, Josiah Crandall, Steve MacDonald, and John Harju. The theme music is Exit Zero by Sovereign Citizen and the Nonprofits, used with permission. Find more of their work on Facebook or wherever else you purchase music digitally. Please rate and review this podcast wherever you download it from to help other listeners find this podcast and join our community. And once again, thank you for listening.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
You'd better have a Merry Christmas.
Everywhere there's bullets flying and somewhere there's children crying. Merry Christmas.
Yeah.